All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at Dutchmen Field. I believe we are live. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my my YouTube, make sure audio is coming through. I've got a new guest with us tonight, and that is Ryan Hampton. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm going to go ahead and I didn't want us to be on the screen when this first started because I know that the first thing people are going to see when they go back to rewatch this video is our ugly mugs. And, man, it is hot, Ryan.
It really is hot up here today.
And if you want to get a visual about just how hot it is, I'm pretty well soaked already, and that's why we're not going to stay on screen too long. But I'm Tyler Ehring.
Ryan Hampton.
And we're going to be the ones calling this game tonight. Usually we have Coach Dave up here with us for anybody that's been a returning listener. But tonight we got Ryan on the mic, and I'm really appreciative. Coach Dave is at a cross-country meet, so I'm going to give Ryan his first chance to carry the conversation here because I'm going to help the kids get the drone in the air. We got a cool new camera angle for you guys tonight. So I'll be back in just a second. Ryan, take it away.
All right. Well, again, thanks for having me, folks, and looking forward to a good night here against St. James. Got about 23 minutes till kickoff here. There's not enough people in the stands. We could sure use some more support up here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dutchmen. I love it.
Yeah, Derek Tyree pitching in over here. Tonight's game is going to be St. James, of course. They're 2-1 so far. Owensville has yet to win, but it looks like they're going to put up a good game tonight. Looks like they match up pretty well. I'm going to go on mute here while I touch up a few things. All right, we're back.
All right, I am back here, and it looks like we've already got Granite in the chat. We've got 22 viewers already. Thanks for joining us. Sorry that I can't make it tonight, but I know a few people should be coming to help. Absolutely, Granite. Hey, you don't worry about us. I know Granite Miles is he's been a huge help to our OHS TV Studio program, helping with filming these games. And Granite, I think we got it covered tonight, but you were definitely missed, and we appreciate all the help that you give us. Real quick, I do want to go over the people that are helping us tonight, and I'll mention them several times throughout this broadcast. The camera angle that you see right now, we have two cameras that are on top of our press box. If you were with us last week, you know that was James Cooper and Bernardo Andrade. They are helping us again up top up there. We're going to have a camera on the field. We recruited somebody new to replace Granite because he's gone, and that's going to be Morgan Reed. And then I've got two helpers with a sweet new camera angle. I'm nerding out about it, Ryan, and that is a drone that's going to give a live feed to our device in here, and then also it is going to help the football team with some game film.
Yeah, I like the idea of the drone a lot. It should get some really good footage.
Absolutely. I said Coach Howard, he shared with me kind of what he wanted it to look like a little bit. And, wow, it's going to be cool watching plays develop. I'm excited to see what that looks like on stream tonight. And speaking of which, I got my drone flyer here right now. I'm going to talk with him, turn it back over to you, Ryan.
All right. All right, so everybody tuning in tonight. St. James is 2-1 on the year so far. They beat Salem 28-0, Lynn 68-0, and they lost to Herman last week 36-16. Both Salem and Lynn are still winless. Lynn hasn't put up any points this year in all three games, but they are a new program. They got a good story over there with Cody Fulkerson, who's on their staff. He's a former state trooper and a tight ends and running back coach over at S&T, where our Hayden Shoemaker's playing now.
Hey, Maddox Parker.
You got him?
Hey, Maddox Parker. Maddox. Hey, let's go ahead and get that thing on real quick.
All right, got that done. Owensville, as mentioned earlier, it's 0-3 on the start, but they have played teams that are a combined 9-0 this season, including the defending state champs. Anytime you play a team like that, you're going to get their best effort no matter who's playing. So the Dutchmen are a very young team. I think you're going to get good performance out of them tonight. Anytime you're playing a team coached by Coach Howard, you're always going to get a team that doesn't quit and plays hard from start to finish, and I think that's going to be the key to tonight's game. They're going to have an offense that spreads the ball out on pass and run really well. So I think if we tackle on first contact and have the speed out there, I think we can hang with St. James. St. James does have a dynamic offense. I was watching film with them earlier, and boy, can they really move the ball. Next week, we have Herman coming to town, and then we go the last 4 weeks for Pacific Union, Sullivan, and St. Clair in that order.
Maddox, you know how to start it? All right, I'm going to pop in here real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, and Ryan, we're going to get to see the first ever drone liftoff here on our live broadcast. Very excited to see how this goes, and I think it's going to offer a completely different view that you guys have never seen before, and me included. We were playing around with it a little bit today. I'm going to make note of this several times this evening. I do have my drone pilot's license, so that is one thing that you have to have in order to do this. I'm the pilot in command right now, so if something goes wrong, I will be leaving very quickly to go take control of this and make sure that we have it under control. But our pilot is right here next to me, and you're going to get to see plays develop from this angle tonight quite often. It's going to be a pretty neat experience, I think. So
yeah, that's a really cool looking shot.
Yeah, and that drone is pretty impressive. So the drone, why don't you, our drone guy is talking to me right now. I'm going to mute myself. Why don't you turn and zoom in on the colors real quick and then start backing off? Zoom in on what? On the flags, and then start back into the parking lot, like I said. Get a beautiful view from our campus up there too, Ryan. Holy smokes.
Yeah, this is a really nice facility here. I think a lot of people take it for granted how nice their football field and there's all the surrounding complex.
Absolutely. We're lucky to have it all here in the same spot too. Granted, Max, I take it a little higher so you avoid stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do color when the game's going on.
Yeah, we have a lot more to talk about, right?
We really got to stretch it. So far, so good.
So I really have thrown Ryan into the fire here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Anya. Love the new drone. We're really excited about it. It just gives us a whole different perspective on these broadcasts and whatnot. And it's something that I'll be going back and forth to all night long. I think for the band's performance and for the football game specifically, it'll be just a really, really neat thing. So, and I appreciate people popping into the chat already. Let's see. Primal Cyan, DW Granite, you can just focus on you. That's true. That is true. Absolutely. So, Ryan, I know you were talking about a little bit how these teams have done so far this year.
Yeah.
So I pulled the schedules here, and I'll put those on the screen for you guys. I guess we'll start with Owensville. Ryan, have you made it out to any of the games yet this year?
We made it out to the Saturday game.
Oh, yes. And honestly, defending state champion was Central Park, and it was a competitive game.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of people saying, well, they lost a bunch of their starters, so they're excited about it. But anytime you play a team that's won a national championship, it really doesn't matter what players are on the team, because your coaching staff, that's still national championship caliber coaching. And to see the Dutchmen, how they hung against them, I think this 0-3 record that we have is probably a strong one. We're playing some really tough teams. What were we talking about? They're a combined 9-0, the first three teams we play. So,
yeah, that's
yeah, I mean, and they're all playing really good teams and winning.
Right.
And we're not far behind them.
Right. And Coach Dave and I, we mentioned it during our broadcast last time. You know, we start our season, the way our schedule is built is we start off with 3 non-conference games, and then the rest of the schedule is all conference. So we're really getting into those teams that we are going to, you know, that's going to decide the conference championship ultimately.
Yeah, and if you add Herman to the mix, and tonight, that's the first 5 teams are combined 15-0 right now that we're playing, which is unbelievable. And we had the notes earlier, the final 4 teams we're playing are a combined 2-10. So it gives us an opportunity to play these really tough teams out of the gate and hang with them and let the momentum build going into districts. And what was that team they had a few years back that didn't have a great winning record, but they ended up going to state?
Yeah.
They were like 3-5. So the record doesn't matter if you're getting better each game, and Coach Howard's teams always seem to get better.
Absolutely. And, you know, being a teacher here at the school, I've heard, you know, the kids echo that same exact sentiment. They know that they're just getting better every week to work to districts, to work to these conference games. And tonight is really the first, not that any game is not important, but for both teams tonight, conference games are really what you gear up for as a coach and as a player.
Yeah, and you get the same players, so you know what to expect. If you're playing on a conference, you might talk on film number 26 or number 14, but if you're playing at St. James or a team you're used to, you know the guy's name on the other side, so you know their tendencies, and you seem to match up a little bit better.
Right. And they've been playing against these kids their whole lives,
right?
You know, growing up. So
youth ball and everything.
You're right. You know them by name. You know, it's just right down the road, really. As we mentioned here, we got St. James tonight. They come in with a 2-1 record. We'll look at who they played here in just a moment. Next week we play Herman, and Herman is already off to a hot start. They're 3-0, and that's going to be our homecoming game. And I've seen years where Owensville's really, really good. I've seen years where Owensville's really bad. I've seen years where Herman's really good, Herman's really bad, and really it doesn't matter where those two teams are. That is always a game.
It always seems to go to overtime or be really close.
Right, and that's our rivalry game, and the boys on both teams always seem to come out and step up to the challenge that night. After that, we travel to Pacific. We bring it back home for Union for our last home regular season game, and finish with Sullivan and St. Clair on the road. So that is the Dutchmen schedule for the year. So let's pop over and let's look at the St. James schedule for a moment. And for any of the people here that might be joining us from St. James, first off, we would love to be able to hear from you guys. So the chat is there. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. As you can see, we've been building our subscriber count. We're up to 1,358 subscribers. So very excited about that. Thank you to all those that have subscribed. And it looks like right now the band, the cheerleaders are getting ready. We're not too far from the football team coming out. But as I got the St. James schedule pulled up here, they started their season with Salem, put the whooping on them at 28-0, then traveled. They played Lynn at home and won 68-0. Interesting thing about Lynn. Oh, Morgan, I'll be with you in just a second. I'll let you take over, Ryan.
Yeah, the schedule for Lynn and St. James, yeah, beat Salem 28-0, beat Lynn 60-0, and then lost to Herman 36-16, who is our next week's opponent. It looks like Herman gave St. James a good run last week, but watching that film, St. James honestly looked good, and they could have beat Herman just a couple plays gone the other way. Pick 6. But yeah, I think next week's game and this week's game are two of the biggest games of our year, being right in the middle of the schedule. So St. James, I was looking earlier, I think they've won 5 of the last 6 or 6 of the last 7 against us. So they have our number, and we'll see if Owensville can't change that momentum tonight.
Says what? That's okay. Don't worry about that. All right, so St. James is 2-1 coming into this. I don't know everything I just missed. I was helping another student get a camera ready.
I was just explaining the last 3 games they had and how they played Herman last week. And
absolutely. So
who we play?
Got Derek Tyree on the camera tonight, or on the PA tonight. So we're going to go over to our mic so you guys can hear the band play the national anthem.
61-33 of Owensville. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Ryan, I always love the crowd's reaction whenever we have the cannon go off.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a couple, oh my God, people jumping out of their skins down here. Ladies and gentlemen, the camera that you see right now for the 39 viewers that are with us is ran by OHS student Morgan Reed. She's going to be our field camera tonight, and she's going to get the football team as they come onto the field here. And as we said already, we got the drone view tonight, which is going to be pretty interesting, something that we've never done before in a live broadcast. And we're very excited to share that with you. So, first time ever. Up top, we've got James Cooper and Bernardo Andrade on the cameras on top of the press box. And I'll move over here to the comments here. Tim Erkey, nice drone shots, excellent quality video. Tim, thanks always for tuning in. We always appreciate your comments and also your support. Thank you very much, Tim. And are you in New York still? Last time I talked to you, you were in New York watching the Cardinals play the Yankees, which I was very, very jealous.
That'd be a good game to go to.
Absolutely. Have you ever been to Yankee Stadium, Brian?
I have not been there. It's one of my bucket lists. And the old one's gone.
Yes. I got to go do a tour there. Oh, here comes the football team.
Never gets old when they do this.
He gets me fired up every time, Brian. I love that drum line, too. I wish I could have him follow me around and hype me up everywhere.
Yeah, and then the run-out music just gets everybody going.
Oh, yes.
And the players. Used to love to see Zach Bowman out there.
Oh, yes.
He would
really fire him
his
up.
Favorite part, he said.
I think that's senior Connor Vogt leading the way there for the Dutchmen. They come out this year to Metallica, Wherever I May Roam. And I think we're about ready for football here at Dutchman Field tonight, Coach.
All right.
Shout out to Anya Binkholder. Anya was one of my favorite TV Studio students I've ever had. She was the TV Studio Dream Team, if you will. Thanks for tuning in, Anya. And I agree, good job to the band. Their halftime performance this year, I'm all about it. I've been raving about it with the kids at school. We got to see the first and second movement last week at the home game, and this week we'll get to see all three movements. And I know they're really excited, and they've worked really hard on it. They always do. Directed by Mr. M.J. Orff. Always impressed with the show and the performance that they are able to put together, and also the color guard with Michelle Johnson. So got a good staff here that I'm really proud to get to call coworkers here at OHS. So out on the field, you see Will Johnson. So Ryan, I don't think you knew this yet, but Will popped up here before the game, and he asked if he could come on at halftime after the band has performed. And I said, at that time I'm probably going to be helping with some cameras, and I think you and Ryan can. That guy knows more Owensville sports than I think I've ever known.
That guy gets around. There's not an event. Sometimes he goes to 2 or 3 a weekend.
Oh my
If
gosh!
not the
Yes.
same day.
Yes.
That'd be a lot of fun to get him up here.
Yes. So I think you guys, for anybody that doesn't know, Will Johnson, he was the guy that I had on camera there a second ago. He's actually in the green shirt on field. He was he is the local sports reporter here for Owensville and has been for quite a while and does a heck of a job. So.
You might have had a better opportunity to get him up here to cover for me, and I could have just taken a few simple pictures for him. that guy knows his sports. I'm going to tell you what.
He does, and I know that he's. One thing that I love about Will is that you won't find anybody that's more excited to see the local sports have success than that guy.
Yes, yeah, he and not just our team either. If he sees
Absolutely.
another, like if we were out of the playoffs and St. James was winning, like he is legitimately happy for them when they keep going. You know, a local team like ours.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's very proud of all the local sports and basically what we have here in our communities, which is very awesome. Shout out to Morgan Reach. He gave an excellent shot there of the OHS, the bleachers here at Dutchmen Field a second ago. And, this is just one of those things. If you like high school, if you're the high school nostalgia and those kinds of things, seeing the bleachers filled up here on a Friday night.
It's always good.
I don't know that it gets much more nostalgic and better than that.
Yeah, they usually have a theme night tonight. Or tonight was mental health awareness, I think it was.
Yes, so the sorry, I'm reading a comment here from John Gaskell. I'll get to that in just a second, John. The counselors here at the school, they are putting on a Tackle the Talk event, and that is tackling the talk of your mental health and talking about your mental health, and obviously a very worthy topic to cover and celebrate tonight. And that's, you see a lot of people wearing those shirts and things like that. So as the captains meet here at the center, I'll go through who we got out there. I believe number 52 for the Dutchmen is Mr. Timothy Winterbauer. He's a senior. Number 45 is Mr. Jaden Gerleman, also a senior. Number 2 would be Zayden Gates, another senior. And then number 25, Logan Bailey, another senior. And I'm really excited to have Ryan up here because, Ryan, you were coaching and helping coach just like last year, weren't you?
I was. It was a fun experience. So I got to know a lot of the players, and of course a lot of the sophomores and freshmen. This year I coached at middle school, or it was club or booster ball at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to get to see them in the high school level too.
Absolutely. And I always have the perspective of I get to have these students in class, and man, it's an absolute blast getting to have them in class and see what they're excited about and hear the things that they take away from the games and whatnot. And I'm lucky enough to where I have actually I have 3 of the 4 of those guys out there right now in my TV studio class, and they're always ready to chop it up and talk sports and things like that. So as a teacher, I just feel lucky and thankful that I get to work with all these students. It's just a lot of fun. So.
And I felt the same way last year. I asked Coach Howard, hey, how do you feel about me coming on and helping for the year? And he said, yeah. And I went out there. And one thing I learned last year by being out there was how much I don't know. And I've watched football. I'm 55. I've watched football my whole life. And I'm telling you, Coach Howard and that staff, the language they use and the terms they use, it's a different league when you get to high school football.
Oh, absolutely.
They really know what they're doing.
Absolutely. It's always excited to have conversations with those guys and hear their thoughts, because you're right. I've watched football my whole life too, but I'm the Monday morning couch guy.
Right.
So they have a whole different outlook on it than I would ever have. So
yeah, I can stay home and talk to my TV on every game, but up here I'm probably gonna squawk a few times and not know what to say.
Hey, you know what? This is we're all amateurs here, and we are all just having fun. And I'm very thankful for the people that do tune in. Looks like we're up to 52 viewers right now. So to those viewers, and also if I ever say a viewer count and you're like, that doesn't seem like what pops up on the screen, I have a whole different thing that is on my interface. I think you guys probably see 58 on screen right now. Mine says 60. I don't know which one's mostly updated.
Touchscreen?
No, unfortunately. We have Ryan's first night. I'm really throwing him into the fire here, guys, and I'm having him run Coach Dave's job. We're on the play clock here, so I'll do my best, and Ryan will do his best.
Yeah, you might hear a few questions here and there, but is this mouth control both?
Yes.
Interesting.
All right, so we'll use this. Looks like the ball is going to be fielded there by number 2, Zayden Gates, and he gets out to about the 36-yard line.
That's pretty good starting field position right there to start the game, too.
Absolutely. I love it whenever the teams don't kick it out of bounds. Anytime I can actually see a return, that's always the more exciting play to me personally. So I enjoy getting to see that.
All right, Adam Wilson at quarterback.
All right, I'm actually going to pop up. We got a little screen tearing on one of our screens. I think I know why. I'm going to leave it on this angle for right now, and I'll be back in just a second if you want to do the play-by-play.
Sure. All right, looks like Bailey takes the ball. And they were calling for a fumble, but it's a 2-yard gain by Logan Bailey. Make it 2nd and 8.
Dutchmen will have a 2nd and 8.
Adam Wilson takes a snap. He's back to pass across the middle. Wide open for a first down at St. James territory at the 45-yard line. Can't see who the catch was made by yet. Number 22, Ricky Marquez. So that gives the Dutchmen first down.
Pass is good for a Dutchman. First down.
Ball handoff.
Number 7, Adam Wilson, Walker. Brought down number 31, Wayne.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go. I had a camera on a setting for filming a short series, so that was a little bit different than what we needed for a live sporting event, which is okay. We use our cameras for multiple different things here, Ryan. All right, so what have we seen so far? It looks like the Dutchmen have moved the chains once. We got a 2nd and about 5.
Yeah, this is
6.
the 2nd time. They've been moving the ball really well so far. A couple running plays and a nice passing play up the middle.
All right, we'll give you the sky view for this one. Ball's handed off here to Jaden Gerleman, who takes it up the middle for a couple yards. Make it about a 3rd and 2 or 3.
Hey, Maddox. He's recording each one, right? He's recording each clip, right? And then could you zoom in just a little bit more, Maddox?
3rd and 3 here.
All right, we're going to go back and forth to this since we just got this view for the first time tonight. Ooh. Uh-oh. Dutchmen pick up another first down here with a run there by Jaden Gerleman. Going to move the chains again for the Dutchmen as they look like they got to, what do you say there, Ryan, about the 25, I guess?
Yeah, right at the 25-yard line. They've really been moving the ball well.
And it's been primarily on the ground, right?
Yes, one pass and the rest are all run.
For those at home watching, the signal caller here for the Dutchmen is number 7, which is going to be Mr. Adam Wilson. All right. Looks like the Dutchmen set up with, what, a 3 wide receiver set?
Mm-hmm.
Ball is snapped. Oh, he's throwing deep.
Going for Zayden.
Oh, and that is going to be a Dutchman touchdown by Zayden Gates.
What a play.
What a play. You can see them all getting ready to swarm the wide receiver there. I don't think you could draw up a better start to the game there, Ryan.
Yeah, that was a fantastic drive. Coach Lewis had that first drive played out good, obviously.
Yeah, and maybe you can give a little bit of insight to this. You know, I've heard in NFL games and things like that, oftentimes the first drive of the game is, like, sequenced completely so the players know what to expect. Is that how it is in high school football?
You know, I wasn't on the offensive side of the ball in his huddle, but I'll tell you what, if they did that up to perfection there.
Looks like we're going for 2 here, and Adam's going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get in, so that's going to make it 6-0 for the Dutchmen here. And it looks like we've got the fight song coming up. Get to see our OHS cheerleaders here perform the fight song at Dutchman Field.
Yeah, what a great start. You know, we were talking earlier about the teams we're playing and their records, and the teams we played have been extremely tough teams. So even though St. James looks good, that doesn't mean anything. We played some great teams. This is a really good indicator for us. So that was a great drive to watch.
Absolutely, and this is going to be a recurring theme you hear on our broadcast all year long. You really can't. I mean, you can look at the schedules and what the records are, but I mean, it's really any given night, and schedules are all different, and it's hard to really put it on there that what is actually going to happen just based off a schedule.
Yeah, I think they're going to match up really well tonight.
You know what? I love a good high-scoring game. I think that would be exactly what I'd want to see here as Budnick gets the boot off, and it looks like he's going to get it to about the 24-yard line where it's fielded, and he runs right out of bounds on that one. So it looks like, I think the Dutchmen started off at, the 35 last drive?
Yeah, that was a really good kick. It didn't go out of bounds, so there's no penalty there, and and there's no return.
Absolutely. John, I told you I'd get back to your comment a little bit ago. Mr. T, I know you go to baseball stadiums. You should expand NFL stadiums. Ite Blank will be renovated next year. So I have been to 5 NFL stadiums, John, and I do really enjoy going to NFL stadiums as well. As we get set up here with first down, we got some visitors. We've got Reese Hampton and Ella Barker. It's on YouTube. 2 of the students here at OHS are up here in the press box with us momentarily, as one of them is Mr. Ryan's daughter.
Yes. I was hoping you didn't mention that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. I claim her.
Yeah, she's a good one. I got her in class. All right, ball is snapped. It looks like it's going to get to about the
31, 32.
Yeah, 31-32, I agree. Did they get a penalty on the first down, or is it third down now? I guess it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4, yeah, that is first down.
There must have been a penalty because they started with a 1st and 5 on the 30-ish. I'm not sure what happened there, honestly.
Unless it did go out of bounds and we missed that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. All right, we'll go back to this view here so you can see it develop. Looks like the ball snapped. It's going to go out. And the Dutchmen get him wrapped up in the backfield for a loss here. Going to be very fired up and excited on that one.
You know, that's a really good play. One of the keys to tonight is our defense is really fast, and if they can tackle on first contact, that's going to make a difference in the world because they can't get past them and pick up another 10 yards.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that our school right now lacks is a little bit of size. We graduated some big guys on the line the last few years with Hayden Shoemaker and Hunter Boyer and that whole group. So we might be lacking size, but we're not lacking speed, Coach.
No, not at all. The speed's really there, and there's some strong athletes out there. They're going to throw the ball here. Going to try to.
Uh-oh. Wrap him up. Oh, that is a very dangerous pass.
Yeah,
right there on the sideline, as that's not going to go anywhere. It's going to leave the St. James Tigers with a 4th and about 6 or 7 on this opening drive here for them. So we really got a story of 2 drives. Oh my gosh, what a great shot there by Morgan Reed right there on the sideline. The clouds look beautiful. It's a beautiful night, other than being incredibly hot.
Like they are going to force them into a punt.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and give the sky view here as they punt. It looks like it's going to be kicked a little bit to the left there. And, dang, that was a good high school punt. My goodness.
Yeah, they got a great bounce.
It's going to get down to the 25. You really can't ask for anything more than that as a coach. Absolutely fantastic punt by the St. James Tigers. And I am going to jump back on the roof for just a second. Before I do, Casey Fisher, it's not uncommon to script the first 10 to 12 plays on offense. Allows you to see how the defense will adjust to certain formations and plays.
That's, if anybody knows, it's him.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time doing this.
I think he's coached every player that's come out of Owensville for the last 40 years. That guy knows football.
And, Coach Fisher, I'll have to run up in just a few plays, but Coach Fisher, he was the tech director here for quite a while after being a teacher as the Dutchmen line up here for their second drive of the game. But now he's in Washington. Looks like Adam's going to keep it himself, take it to the left side, and he's got some room to run. He's going to pick up about 5. I'm going to turn the next play over to you, Coach.
You got it. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to see the confidence that Adam's showing this year. Looks like he's really growing into that role. A 2nd and 4 here with about 7 minutes left. See if they can keep this momentum going. We kept the ball again.
Number 45, Jaden Grilman, the ball carrier.
Jaden Grilman with the ball.
Brought down number 4, John Aldis. Dan Long will play.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 3. I know these Dutchmen are excited to be finally moving the ball like this against team.
30%? I'm going to get you a battery. Hey.
Right up the gut for a first down.
Number 45, Jaden Grilman.
Jaden Grilman again.
Hit first by number 3, Cameron Pankey.
All right. Sorry the screen went back black there for just a second. I had to, I don't know if I could have lasted all night with that screen tearing. I realized the frame rate had changed on the camera.
You left, and I thought, what had I done?
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. So that will not be that way all night long. So what did I miss, Ryan?
Just a couple running plays. I picked up another first down.
Okay.
Looks like St. James may have called the timeout. I'm not sure if it was them or if the coach or a ref timeout.
I'm not sure either. I know that I heard from Coach Okenfus, who is also a avid umpire in different sports here in the area, baseball, softball primarily, but I think this was the first week they got rid of the water break timeouts each quarter because of heat, but as luck would have it, this is one of the hottest weeks we've had.
Yes, it's very steamy out here. They're still showing 3 timeouts for no team, so.
Gonna guess it was probably just a water break timeout or something.
I agree.
Which I'm glad that they're bringing those back because, well, it's incredibly hot tonight, and the boys are probably gonna need it. Offsides on the Dutchman. Thank you, Coach Fisher. All right, let's hopefully this image here is not so teary as it was before, and that looks a lot better than what it was in the beginning. A big run there by Dutchman. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4. Looked like he had a big hole there for a second, Coach.
Yeah, I thought he was going to break it there. But hey, 2 or 3 yards pop. I think there was actually 4. Is amazing.
All right. 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. And if you hear a voice over the PA that you're not familiar with, that is because Bruce Penites has retired, and we now have Derek Tyree on the mic here at Dutchman Field. So if you're familiar with any Dutchman sports, you're probably familiar with Bruce.
Yeah, good old Bruce. It's weird not hearing his voice out there anymore.
It really is. Adam takes the snap and takes it himself, takes it forward for a couple yards here. Looks like he was really pushing the pile there a little bit.
Yeah, the Dutchmen seem to be controlling the line on both sides of the ball so far, which is great.
We're watching our first drone landing here, so the drone has to change batteries about every 30 minutes. So we've got a crew of people now that are on the drone battery changing team. So we're going to lose feed there for just a little bit, but that is part of what goes into flying a drone. So luckily we've got 5 batteries that will cycle throughout the night. We've got chargers here for them, so we'll be able to have that view all night.
Big 3rd down here.
Ball's handed off to Logan Bailey. He's got a little bit of room, and he gets the first down and much more.
Well, that looks a little excessive.
Yeah, that looked like it might have been out of bounds already when he got dragged down, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, sometimes they lose track of where they are when they're focusing on the play. That didn't look too bad.
No. Luckily, it wasn't like a big late hit or anything like that. It was just kind of taking him to the ground after. Absolutely. And any viewers from St. James out there, let's see. Fire sales, how big of a team does it take to do this whole broadcast? Well, that's a great question. We could always use more people. Tonight, we've got a total of 7 people doing the broadcast. We've got the field camera that you see right here. Somebody's operating a wireless camera out on the field. We've got 2 cameras up on top, a kid that's zooming in on things, and somebody that's staying out so we can see the whole play. And then it takes 2 people to be able to do the drones because of the batteries. As the ball is snapped, it is handed off here on first down. I think that was Jaden Gurleman, 45. Yes.
Yep. Pick up a couple.
Jaden takes it a couple yards here. And, you know, this has probably got to be exactly what the Dutchman coaching staff would have wanted to see coming into this game. Controlling the clock, controlling the ball, and picking up first downs, and really doing it pretty much at ease so far, Coach.
Yeah, and establishing that run game is big. They did it early in first couple runs, and the next play was a nice pass play up the middle. So
yes. If you can establish that run early, it's gonna help the passing game an absolute ton. So
it's like a passing play here.
Ball snapped. Adam rolls out to his right. He's going to look downfield, and it's going to be incomplete here as we got the drone back up in the sky now.
Number 5, Stephen Budmeyer. It falls incomplete.
Pass was intended for Stephen Budmeyer. Mentioned him a few times in the broadcast last week. Great wrestler here at the high school. James Cooper, our guys on top, they have headphones in now, and they're actually also listening to the broadcast. So he was hearing me earlier ask what happened on that 1st and 5 to start the game, and definitely started because of an offsides on the Dutchmen. So thank you for that much.
I think that might have been what Casey was referring to.
Yes, yes.
All right, here's another big 3rd down.
Ball is snapped. That one looks like it's going to get bottled up.
Number 45, Jaden Dillon.
So, okay, what is your – oh, I am so sorry. What is your theory on this? This part of the field, I mean, is this puntable or do you just go for it?
I mean, it's a tough call. You're up in the game. You've been stopping well. It could go either way. It looks like they're going to punt. Budnick's out there to punt, and he's got a great leg, so I think it's a good call.
The Dutchmen have elected to punt here as Adam gets the punt off. Looks like they're going to wave for fair catch, and this is going to be a great punt for Adam and the Dutchmen. Are they going to get pinned inside the 5? Holy smokes, that ball did roll inside the 5.
Yeah, I think that was Andrew Budnick on that punt.
Oh, Budnick, okay.
Yes. His 84 was who punted it. I didn't see the
That wouldn't have been Adam. You are right. That would have been Budnick. And I'll leave this here right here in the middle for us.
Okay.
That's a
You know,
rough.
he comes from a good family of punters. His brother, Aaron, was a punter here for a long time.
Yeah, if you are familiar with Dutchman football here, you've probably heard the Budnick name, and Aaron was a part of a really successful Dutchman football team, too, here when he was in high school.
Oh, boy, that was a great team.
That was a lot of fun to watch. I believe that was the Wyatt
Yes.
the Wyatt Ellis era, right?
Yes, sir.
Heck of a lot of fun
Class
to
of
watch.
18.
Coach Fisher says punt the ball, stop them on the first drive, pin them deep. Yeah, that was the right call, Coach, because that's exactly what they did. Looks like he's got some room here as he turns it upfield and gets to about the 14. So he's going to get close to a first down if he didn't get a first down on that one. Man, this aerial view from here is pretty cool. Definitely get a wholly different feel of what this game looks like and why the players move the way they do. And I guess the next thing that we need up here is one of those programs where we can draw lines on it and see why they did the way they did. All right, ball snapped. It is going to be right up the gut here, but it's not going to get anywhere as the Dutchmen swarm and tackle here.
Great team effort.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like any gain.
Hit first by number 2 is Aiden Gates.
So it looks like we're going to be about at a second and maybe, it looks like they gave him about 2. So, yeah, they didn't get too far there. Number 52 defensive end there. That is Timmy Winterbauer, edge rusher for the Dutchmen here. All right, that one's going to be stretched out. Looks like he's going to get the first down on the play and get to almost the 30-yard line. So they moved the change a couple times, but because of that great punt, they're still not even.
They're still deep.
They're still deep in their own territory here. So I think you and Coach Fisher were right on the money there with that punt call. Thank you to the 103 viewers here joining us tonight. We encourage you to join us in the chat. If you're from St. James, we always love to hear, history of great players from different towns and things like that. So feel free to chime in.
All right, nice. Get him.
Oh, he slips away, and the wide receiver's got tons of room here. He's got one man to beat. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds. Man, the Dutchmen had their opportunity to stuff him up, but were unable to make the play. That's a tackle you wish you had back.
Yeah, we talked about that when we start. One of the keys to the game tonight was with St. James offense. If you can tackle on that first contact, it's going to make all the difference in the world. And
Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it done there for the Dutchmen.
Yeah,
Great play for St. James.
Yeah. Zayden, like I said, Coach Howard's teams never quit, never give up. You see Zayden kept going and got him down at the 27-yard line.
Absolutely.
29.
Made the play that had to be made as the ball snapped here. Quarterback's going to keep it himself right up the gut, and he's going to get a first down. So now it looks like the St. James Tigers are moving the chains here pretty well. Check on my drone person here.
Hey, Maddox, is that as zoomed in as you can get, I assume? Okay.
You know, they can run all the plays they want, but you still have to get in the end zone.
That's true, yeah. If you don't complete the job, then
Yeah.
you didn't put points on the board anyway, so.
The short field's hard to get on this Dutchman defense as well.
All right, pass is going to be swung out to a wide receiver and bottled up by the Dutchman defense that time for maybe a loss even.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe a loss of 1. Your mouse is over here this time. There we go. All right.
Loss of 1 on the play. Tigers will have it 2nd and 11.
Looks like that might run down the first quarter.
Yep, that is going to be it for the first here at Dutchman Field. So let's do a quick analysis of what we've seen here so far, Coach. So what would you say you've seen so far?
I've seen a hungry team on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
Owensville's first drive was, like Coach Fisher said, may have been scripted, and it worked well, and they see what they're looking at. I think we're going to have a dogfight tonight.
I think so, too. And, you know, I have to give the Dutchmen props. Every single game that we've had here on broadcast at home this year has been a great game, and I'm right there with you. I think this looks like to be another good one.
Yeah, and this is the first year I usually make every single game, but my daughter, who made her grand appearance earlier, has been playing some weekend tournaments, so I've missed 2 of them.
Yes. And for those who maybe know Ryan, I know a lot of people in the community do know Ryan. For years, Ryan, he videotaped. How did you do that? You videotaped almost every play, didn't you, from the stands?
Well, it's funny because when you know your team, you know what they're doing, and you can see 3rd and 7. You know Wyatt Ellis is going to be tossing the ball out there to whoever, Robert Wyrick. Remember those guys?
Oh,
Sean
gosh,
Irwin
yes.
or Decker to Brandt. Or Bryce Payne. Austin. You know when they're going to score.
Yes.
But back then, all you had to do was have the play. You had your camera on, they're going to score.
Yes, those were teams that were holy
Yes.
smokes. We got spoiled with some great Dutchman football teams there for a while, and
I think you're looking at a great team here. Like I said, we just had some really tough teams to start off with, but I think this Dutchman team is going to surprise a lot of people this year.
absolutely. And the goal is just to get better every week. And
Correct.
it's like on second down there, because on the last play of the first quarter we had a loss there. So James, if you can hear me, I know you're listening up there in some earbuds. If you could hear me, we could do a little bit of zoom out on your camera angle, I believe, so we can get a little bit more of the field, and I think the scoreboard is cutting it off just a little bit. So if you can give us just a little more zoom out, I think that would help. Now that we're at this side of the field, might be cool to get the drone shot back in here. As you can see, the Dutchmen have called the timeout.
I'm trying to talk, and like I said, it's my first night, so I'm trying to keep up with the scoreboard as well, and I think we're on.
Yes.
11:39 to go in the second quarter, 3rd and 2, St. James driving. 6-0 Dutchman lead.
And so all of our listeners at home here, we do the best that we can with the scoreboard and really the whole production, but you have to give us some grace here. Sometimes we're going to have the score is going to be, or the time especially, it's tough to keep that completely updated. Not easy. But you will get to see the entirety of the game. Thank you to the couple subscribers that we just got. Thank you, James. I see you said you got it on the chat there, so perfect. That's a great view right there. Fire sales, 2017-2018 Dutchman season recorded somewhere. It is not. We didn't have this. We didn't have this system. I shouldn't say it is not. It is not in my possession if it is recorded somewhere. As the Dutchman almost got him in the backfield, but he passed forward. Did he get a first there, Ryan?
Yes, I believe he did.
Getting to the side of the field that I don't really have a good angle on because of the wall that we have in here. So Ryan is going to be our best set of eyes up here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
I'll let you take over the play-by-play, Ryan.
All right, clock's still running. And run up the middle. And they got a score there, touchdown.
It's going to be the first score of the game for the St. James Tigers as they knotted up here at 6. And we're going to get to see if they go for 2 or if they go for the extra point. We'll see. And for those that are watching, you might remember in our first game, our foreign exchange student, Lex Mosler, was our kicker. Well, he is on a foreign exchange student trip right now in Florida, so we don't have him here. And that's part of the reason probably why we didn't see an extra point the first time. And it looks like the Dutchman might have got a hand on it. It fell short.
Correct. Keep it tied 6-6.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are 6-6 here from Dutchman Field with just a minute into the second quarter.
Now, I might be a little bit biased here, but I hope this kickoff, I hope Chase Crosby has an opportunity to return a kick. Because have you seen him return any kicks
Oh,
this
my
year?
goodness. Chase Crosby he might be the most athletic student we have in school right now, Coach.
Yes. And I'll take a lot of credit for that. You know, he used to come over, I'm joking, but he used to come over to our house for Super Bowls when they were growing up. Him and Reese, we always joked about them. And he would never sit down. Everybody had to throw a ball to him like he's a golden retriever. And since he was 7 years old. And now I'm telling you what, his hands are like glue and his legs are like a gazelle. And if he gets an opportunity to return a kick this year, I can see him really
making some moves.
Yes, taking it to the house. So same with Zayden Gates on the other side as well. And actually all four of the returners back there.
Yes.
But I would like to see Crosby or Zayden get one here.
Absolutely. And Chase, for those that are watching from home, he is a sophomore here at OHS. Chase Crosby. His dad was actually an all-state punter for the Dutchman football team back whenever he was in high school. And Chase is a basketball player, track runner, and a football player. Does them all really, really well. So we're going to use this view for the kickoff. And it looks like that one's not going to get to Chase. It's actually going to get out of bounds. So I saw something last week. The Dutchmen, they made him re-kick it over and over again. So they kept shortening the field that they had, and they made him re-kick it. So I'll be interested to see what they do here if they're going to set up for a re-kick, which it kind of looks like they are. It looks like the return team's staying out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a team defending Owensville, you do your homework. You know it doesn't make sense to really give these guys an opportunity to return the ball.
Right.
Certain players, remember years back we played Cardinal Ritter, and they had the player from Mizzou, I forget his name.
Oh, my gosh, Luther Burden.
And he actually punted from his own end zone and was blocked down here.
And he took it back.
He grabbed it and took it 104 yards for a kick. So,
oh,
I mean,
my goodness.
You do your homework, and you know guys like him, you just don't kick him the ball.
Right, absolutely.
So
and
there's a little respect here.
So it looks like the Dutchmen are, though, Coach Howard wants them. We'll keep backing them up if they're not going to kick it to us. And this one looks like it is going to be fielded by Zayden. So Zayden's got a chance here on the return. Runs into a wall that time, though. He's going to get still good field position for the Dutchmen at about the 38. It's interesting you bring up Luther Burden, too. I love telling the story, and I'm sure at some point this evening I'll get into it, but we mentioned Derek Brandt earlier. I'm in a group chat with him and one of my other former baseball players I got to coach. And Derek, he was a walk-on at Mizzou last year, and he gets to suit up on the sidelines now, and his locker is right next to Luther Burden's.
Wow,
that's who he sits
cool.
next to.
Does Luther Burden have any idea how lucky he is?
Oh, my gosh. I feel like you have to. Yeah, sit next to Derek
guy.
Brandt. My
Yes.
goodness.
The original number 19.
That's right. First play from scrimmage here. The Dutchmen run the ball, get back to about the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be about 2nd and 10 again here on 2nd down. Derek, probably one of the toughest athletes that I've ever gotten to coach here at OHS. Fun guy on the baseball diamond, fun guy on the basketball court, fun guy on the football field.
Just an overall good person and great athlete. So fast.
Oh, yes. A lot going on between the ears, too. Very, very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Looks like the Dutchmen here are – Adam drops back. We're going to pass here on 2nd down. A good spiral, but not going to be able to connect with number 22 there, which I believe is Ricky Marquez.
I believe you're right.
The improv gamer, it looks like shout out to Jaden Zelch for getting accepted into college at UCM. Hey, shout out, Jaden. That's my alma mater, too. Got Jaden in my TV studio class, and I did know that. So congratulations, Jaden. I hope that your experience at UCM is as good as mine was. I loved it down there in the Warrensburg.
Is that where you went to college at?
Yep, that's where I got my undergraduate at.
Nice.
A lot of fun.
All right, big play here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, let's get these chains moving.
Yes.
Adam drops back to pass. He's going to roll to the right. He's got a guy right in his face. Holy smokes.
That looked like he might have got his face mask, but it's hard to tell from up here. I think the crowd agrees.
Yeah, the Dutchman faithful were not happy with the way he was brought down there. As you can see, I don't know if you can see on this angle, Coach Howard is out chatting with the official. I think Coach Howard might have saw it the way the fans saw it here.
I would agree.
It was definitely a interesting tackle regardless, but that's going to make it 4th and about 7 or 6 or 7 here. So or 16 or 17, my apologies. This is definitely a punting situation here.
Yeah, let's give Andrew an opportunity to really change the field for him here. Good
Ooh,
punt.
man.
What a punt.
Good hang time. Let's get a good bounce here.
And that kid's a freshman, so he's going to be punting here for a long time.
Good couple punts here in the first half by the Dutchman punter. You said Andrew Budnick, right?
Yes, sir. I have a standing joke with him. I used to, when I was coaching him, I always called him Aaron because my son grew up with Aaron. So I hear A, and said,
yes.
Still learning. I still want to call him Aaron. That happens when you have family in the sports.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
Andrew's a great kicker.
Now that I've been teaching for a while, I'm starting to run into siblings, and yeah, I have the same exact problem.
I can see that.
All right, ball snap. Number 4 drops back, throws a pass, a little quick out to number 2. Looks like he's going to gain about 2 or 3 yards before being brought down.
Good defense there.
You know, I would say that this drive in particular, I mean, every drive is important, but Dutchmen come out hot, score on the first drive. Then on defense, they're able to stop the Tigers, but then have kind of sputtered on offense since the first drive, it seems like. And it would be great to get a good stop here and then have a productive offensive drive for sure.
Yeah, this is good for the motivation and, you know, the morale for the team. I think a good stop here would go a long way.
Ball is snapped. It's going to be a running play right up the gut. Holy smokes.
Strong run.
Yeah, that running back put his helmet right in between number 25 for the Dutchman, which would be Logan Bailey, and he initiated contact, that is for sure.
Leaves a 3rd and 1. I don't know how biased we have to be here, but a nice little loss of yards here wouldn't be bad from my point of view. I'm sure the St. James fans don't agree with that, but
yeah, we always let our listeners know that you know, we want to see a good, clean game from both sides and an entertaining game, one where each team is able to come away with something to make them better. As St. James Tigers definitely pick it up there, but we're definitely going to lean bias towards Owensville a little bit.
yes, well, their running backs are leaning pretty good right now.
Yes. So ever since that first drive of the game where the Dutchmen have scored, really it's kind of been St. James so far as we've been going here in the early going.
You know, maybe we'll see a nice pass here and a little orange come down with it.
Ooh, an interception. Yeah, I would not mind that.
I haven't seen many of those this year.
No, I haven't. You know who used to be good at that? Tanner Meyer and
my
Bryce
goodness.
Payne. My goodness.
Yes.
Oh, my. Big contact there as pass was completed. Looks like they only gained a few yards. Be about a 2nd and 8, but, man, that wide receiver delivered some punishment on the hit there.
Yeah, they're on it there.
St. James definitely is not afraid to initiate contact when running downfield.
And they got our defense kind of spread out because they're really balancing between the pass and the run, so
Yeah, you're right.
they can't focus on one, so to get there that quick still is pretty good. That number 44 is a big guy.
Yes, man in motion is 44. Is going to be a swing out to him.
Oh,
That might
that
want
was
to jump on
that
it.
could have been a backwards pass.
It was very close, but the officials did blow the whistle pretty early on. Man, that guy got the ball, had a little bit of green in front of him. He'd been a load to tackle.
Yes, he would have. That brings up a 3rd and 8.
Make a quick shout out here to the 100+ viewers that have been tuned in with us for the last 20-ish minutes. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Feel free to pop in the chat and let us know any of your thoughts. We'd love to discuss them.
All right, big 3rd down play here for St. James.
This would be a big stop for the Dutchman. He's looking to throw. Got somebody deep down the field, number 9. Looks like we got a completed pass.
That was a really great catch.
It really was. Quarterback dialed in and found his man right down the sideline. He's going to give the St. James Tigers a big first down here as they are kind of in a groove offensively here right now.
You know, I was watching some film earlier today to kind of prep for this, and I watched number 9 is a really good player. He's made a lot of big plays this year.
You see him right there on the screen lining up as wide receiver on the far side. He's the guy that just caught that pass. I bet we see a run here on first down. It is going to be a
Good tackle.
shovel pass, but a good tackle by the Dutchman defense. So as a defense, you got your back up against the wall here a little bit. What's the mindset?
You tackle. As soon as you get to them, speed on the ball and tackle right away. Don't let them get by you. If you're the first man there, you got to bring them down.
Absolutely. As you shorten the field like this, you have less, you got more bodies in a limited space. So you're right, I guess close on your opponent.
Yeah. Speed and tackling. They got a really physical defense, so it's all there.
Go from this view for this play. Ball is snapped. Quarterback runs out. He's going to be
Big drop again.
met.
Number 4, John Aldis, the ball carrier.
You like to see that.
Looks like it's going to be third down about what, 9?
Yes, sir. Timeout.
Timeout on the field give us an opportunity to pop around some different camera angles here, see some of the students here at OHS, see the cheerleaders. The home football games, and really any sporting event when you come to Owensville, it's pretty large production in all reality. I mean, you got cheerleaders at all the home basketball games, you got cheerleaders here at the football game. Band is active in both basketball and football games, and even if you go to a softball game, there's a lot going on. It's an awesome way to showcase not only our students, but our student athletes here at Owensville High School.
There's a lot of school spirit in the stands, even in the volleyball games. Football players come out and cheer for them. And
Absolutely. That's the one of the awesome things about that, the small town vibe that you're not necessarily going to be able to get unless you're in a community that's closer to this size.
yeah, it's really good. I know Reese's volleyball team left practice early to go cheer on the softball team the other day. So
Yes,
Really
yes,
good.
and when you got a coaching staff that encourages stuff like that, it just fosters that kind of environment at the school. So,
yeah, it's really good.
all right, oh my
Fumble.
gosh, we've got some trouble in the backfield here. We'll go back to this. Looks like it was recovered there by St. James, but that's going to give him a long fourth down. And Ryan, I mean, really at this point in the field, this is probably 4-down territory all the way.
Yeah, I think so, unless you've got a kicker like we had last year, and you're
Right.
honest, which I don't know. Yeah, this is fourth down territory. Worst case scenario, you've already got them deep in their own zone, so
Right.
you go for it here. But on the defensive side, you're expecting a pass, but this is really tricky because you can run a draw and anything can happen here.
That's right.
Yeah, the secondary's backing up. They're ready for it.
It is going to be a pass, and it is going to be incomplete. Dutchmen will take over deep in their own territory here at about the 16.5, 17-yard line.
Well, you called it. You were saying this needs to be a good hold by the defense.
More than a what? Oh, yeah. Just make sure you land. You might need to land on the.
All right, Dutchmen are going to take over the ball
Just make sure you're not around them.
at their own 11-yard line with the 1st and 10. 5 minutes left in the half. This is a big drive.
Hey, Lily. Hey, we will fly during the band halftime show.
What a catch by Zayden Gates. Boy, he went up and got that ball.
Absolutely. That gets us out of our own territory a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's one thing to make a play, but Adam dropped that snap, and they were coming at him. He was still able to recover it and get the ball off, and that just shows you the confidence that these teams are having. They don't just give up on the play. They continue with the play.
Yeah, so Casey, I see you popped in here. As it's gotten darker, the drone quality has definitely gone down, but it still gives us a very interesting shot here that we wouldn't normally get as the ball is snapped.
Logan Bailey there.
Logan Bailey's got some running room as he gets out past the 50-yard line, going to be close to a Dutchman first down. Make it about, what, 2nd and 1 there?
I believe so. It's like somebody's coming off hurt. Like Chase Crosby's on the sideline.
I was nerding out at school today as I was figuring out the entire drone thing, and I was talking to one of my buddies who's very involved with videography, and I found that I could connect the drone. The only thing I can't really do, Casey, is I can't get to be on screen all the time. Found that by watching some YouTube videos. As the ball is snapped, takes it to about the 47.
About 3rd and 1.
Let's see, we got about 3:46 here left. Yeah, you're right on the money there with the clock, Ryan. It'd be nice to see the Dutchmen drive down, get a score here, and go into halftime with a lead.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be running the ball because Zayden and Crosby are both on the sideline right now. But,
Yeah, not often those two guys are on the sideline.
Right, unless Coach Lewis has some trickery up his sleeve to
That's right.
trick those backs. 3rd and 1. Maybe a false start. Yeah. A false start will set the Dutchmen back another 5 yards, making it 3rd and 6.
Gonna put you on the mic here real quick.
Okay. So we're going to be at 3rd and 6 with 3:16 left in the half. Tie score.
Okay. I might have to go find a charger.
Clock is running. If they can retain possession here and run this clock out and get a score, it'd be the best case scenario. Couple yards. Bring up about a 4th and 4. And no one, I can see them punting this ball and pinning them back and letting the defense do what they do best.
All right.
You know, Coach Howard really sticks with the textbook for me. He doesn't take too many risks when it's 4th down. You know, he knows how to play the field position well.
Absolutely. So it looks like the Dutchmen are lined up to punt here with Budnick again. Looks like we're pretty comfortable going into the lead or going into half with the game tied up here. This one is going to be returned. He gets past the first wall of defenders, and man, that guy was running with some steam.
Whoever number 5 is, he took him down pretty well.
Yes.
I think it's worthy looking his name up.
Number 5.
Even Budemeyer. Well, some of those wrestling moves he's got.
Absolutely, yes. He's been one of the more sure-handed tacklers that we've seen so far. He's done a great job.
All right, 2 minutes left exactly here. 2:02 in the half. Let's see what the Dutchmen can do on defense here.
Ball is snapped to number 4. He drops back to pass. He's got a man, but that ball is going to be dropped.
Well, we talked about it earlier. It's a dogfight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Score remains 6-6 here as we're looking at maybe one of the, if not the last drive of the first half. Although if they keep throwing the ball, we always do try do a little bit of football education here. When the ball is thrown, then that stops the clock if it's not a completed pass. So the clock stays stopped, gives a little more time.
And our cornerbacks, they're hungry for that ball too. So we put it up there.
Looks like this one's going to be a pass. Nobody in the backfield unless the quarterback keeps it himself, which he
Right
does. And oh my gosh, he has got a lot of space to run.
Come on, Chase.
He's going to get blocked. And number 4 is taking it to the house. Great play for St. James if you're a St. James fan. Not such a great play for the Dutchman faithful here, as St. James is going to line up for either the extra point or to go for 2 on what looked to be oh my gosh, what a 60-yard draw.
I believe so.
Yeah, that quarterback, he hit that hole really hard, and man, when he had some space, he was off to the races.
He took that one step back, and the defense bit, and he was gone.
Absolutely, my goodness. Looks like they're going for 2 here again on the extra point. Ball is snapped. Oh, my goodness. Oh, take it all the way back. That is worth. No, you can't do that in high school?
Oh, my goodness. If it's in the NFL, Zayden, you keep playing. When you get to the NFL, you can take that ball.
I think that's college, too, right? You can,
I believe so.
I think you
it is.
Return the.
Well, I know you can return the field goals. They had that Auburn game a few years back, the kick 6, where he returned it 109 yards.
Right.
Field goal.
I guess if I was a guessing person, I would have guessed that would have been allowed, but
yes.
I did not know that was different. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, with a minute 45 left here in the second half, and if you're Owensville, you don't really have much to lose. Do you play it safe here and go into the half with, run the ball, or do you take some chances here and try to tie the game up?
I don't know. It's a good question, Coach. And I really think some of the best skill players on the Dutchman football team right now are Chase Crosby and Zayden Gates. And, to a degree, want to try to get the ball in those guys' hands, whether it's throwing downfield on a screen or a quick slant. You can hear the student body getting.
I think they're telling them the party's over here.
Yes. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that on the broadcast, but the stands are going back and forth here with the chants. Look like the ball is punted, or not punted, this ball is kicked, and that's going to be Zayden Gates on the return here.
Get some blocks. Get a couple blocks. All you need is one.
Oh, slips through. Looks like we're going to have a flag on the play. You see that come thrown in there. I'm going to bet that's in the area of holding, which that's not what you want to see from the Dutchman standpoint. Holding against the Dutchman is going to take the return 10 yards farther back, so it'll still be a 1st and 10, just be deeper in our territory instead of being on the, let's see where they end up putting it. Yeah, instead of being on the 26, we're going to be on the 16, it looks like.
See if the coaching staff gets creative here and maybe tries to get the ball into the hands of the players you mentioned, whether it's in a sweep or a wildcat.
Hey, Max, you got to land that thing. You got to land. Well, it says, yeah.
All right. I think that was Chase Crosby, your 2-yard pickup.
And there it is, trying to get the ball into the hands of skill player there, Chase Crosby for sure. As we got another drone landing this evening to change the battery. Maddox Parker is doing a great job being our Maverick for the evening. And I like to make the note of this several times here. We do have our drone license here, so we were able to do this for any viewers that are watching from home wondering how the heck we're doing that. As Adam gears up to throw deep downfield. Oh, my goodness, had a shot there.
We got some air into that ball.
It's like it was intended for Ricky Marquez.
Yeah, it was Ricky Marquez, and then you got, of course, Logan Bailey and Jaden Grilliman. You got some weapons out there. Buttemeyer, and I don't know the rest of the players, but.
Yeah, those are some names that we're hearing pretty frequently here. So I think they answered your question, Coach. They are taking a shot here. They want to try to go into halftime with the score knotted up or even ahead with the extra point.
Yeah, they want to give it a shot.
From a viewer's perspective.
I might run the ball here and run that clock out since you're 0 for 2 so far.
That is true. You throw it here, and you're right. That's exactly what they're going to end up doing here. Makes me wonder if St. James is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Oh, the clock is still running as of right now.
There it is.
There's the whistle at 46 seconds.
Well, that puts us at 4 and 6. So. The 4th and 6, right? Yep.
Yes.
All right.
So it looks like St. James is going to play the clock game here and try to get the ball back. If they can stop him here on 4th down. I'm going to guess that the play that the Dutchmen draw up here would be a run play, but.
Well, 4th down.
Oh, they're probably going to punt then. Yeah, that's a good point.
How many timeouts?
Yeah, you're not gonna run a play that deep in your own territory on 4th down.
You're not saying I wouldn't, because I'm telling you I'm a risk. So the way I see it, you got 4 downs, you get 2.5 yards to play, but of course not at the high school level.
Right.
Yeah, you got to play smart, and so I'm sure it'll be a punt. Andrew Budnick goes out there again. Yeah, the first drive tonight really looked well. And honestly, the whole game wasn't bad other than a couple missed tackles and a couple of great plays, honestly, by St. James and by us. So it's still a close game.
It looks like the Dutchmen are lined up to punt here, and there's a play is going to be stopped before it even starts.
You doing okay? All right. Offsides on the defense.
Hey, we'll take that. That'll get us a little bit closer here. 4th and 1. Still think we're going to punt, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, on 4th and 1 here, I might be trying to get Andrew to give a hard count right here and draw him offsides again.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, what's the difference? That's a good point.
I don't know how much they train for that with the punter.
That's a good question. I would not have the answer for that one. Oh, no. That's not what we wanted. That one was that was not the punt that the Dutchmen were looking for on that one. Andrew Budnick had 2 great punts in this first half, but that one's going to net about, oh, boy. Oh.
5-6
yards, something like that.
St. James will have the ball at 31 with 38 seconds left.
It looked like he got a decent leg on it. He just kicked it the wrong direction.
I think it was trying to avoid a block.
Yeah, and when there's pressure, that was always going to change the effectiveness of the punt for sure. So St. James is going to take over on the Dutchman 31, trying to make it a 2-score game going into half. Number 4, speedy number 4 is the guy who took the last one to a house call. He's going to roll out to his right. Man, he is fast. Oh, man, almost had an interception on that play. Came off St. James Tigers' hand. Almost landed in the lap of a Dutchman player.
Hey, anything can happen at any time.
That's a good point. It's I can't tell you how many times whenever I used to be, filming down on the sidelines before we did broadcast, seeing, Bryce Payne or Tanner Meyer or Derek Brandt or any of those guys making a house call on a ball that they had sniped from the opposing team's quarterback. So you're right, that could happen at any point.
In 30 seconds left, you need to move the ball, so there's a really good chance they're going to be throwing it. So anything could happen.
They're lined up that way. It looks like they're going to do a slant pass here. Looks like it was caught. But that's going to keep the clock rolling, so they're probably going to have to call timeout, which it looks like they did call timeout. Be 26.8 seconds left on the clock here in the first half.
3rd and 2.
Shout out to Tanya Montgomery. Grandma from Kentucky is in Tennessee watching number 70 play. So if it's number 70 for the Dutchmen, that would be Mr. Wyatt Shaw. And if it's number 70 for the St. James Tigers, that'd be Tucker Jackson. Tucker is a senior and Wyatt is a sophomore. So, Tanya, thanks for tuning in with us. We hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast along with the other 100-plus viewers here tonight with us. It's a hot, steamy night here at Dutchman Field.
I feel like we're down in Louisiana in the 50s.
Yes, it is. Luckily, it's the heat is subdued a little bit with the sun going down, but my shirt is still a little bit sweat-soaked.
All right, we got 3rd and 2 here. It's a big play.
Absolutely.
I know they have at least one timeout left, so looks like they're set up for a run. No, they're not. He's in shot.
Oh, you got 5 guys split out, and they're going to get the Dutchman to jump off sides here. That is going to be a first down for the Tigers, as they're going to get 5 yards closer. Be offsides against the Dutchman here, so they baited us right into it.
Still 26 seconds, though, so it doesn't change much, but it does give them another opportunity.
Yes. Got a fresh set of downs to play with here, but really if they got to 4th down anyway, they were going to go for it this deep.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really have anything to lose at this point.
Yeah, it was, 3rd and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, I would imagine they probably had 2 passing plays anyways, most likely.
And if you go to the sidelines, you can stop the clock there as well.
Got something else happening
Delay
here.
a game, it looks like.
That one is going to go against the Tigers, so looks like they're going to back them up another 5. That is a delay of game. Good call, Ryan. That's one thing that's hard to see in here. I can't really ever see the play clock.
I got the clock in my view over here. That's the only thing I've got. I have to lean over to get the yardage marker.
We're not in the most ideal part of the press box here. We're in the small section.
Here might do wonders.
Yes. Oh, it's a bad snap. Not what St. James
this
wanted.
Doesn't look like it's good.
This guy is quick. My goodness. He just throws out of bounds. That's a smart play by high IQ play there by the quarterback.
Very good play.
Let's see. Oh, boy. Looks like our camera person down there might have gotten close to being hit with that ball as she is getting the camera back set up. We've lost feed with that one. I might have to go down and help her there as I see her on the broadcast trying to figure that thing out. Oh, Coach Lay, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the broadcast. I really like the quality of the video from all angles. You may have mentioned this, but are you using a DJI drone? It's pretty sweet. Yes, we are, Coach. This angle right here, this is a DJI Air 3. So DJI Air 3 purchased by the Athletic Booster Club for the football team to be able to get game film is what we're using here as we're trying to help them get their film as well.
All right, another incomplete pass here with 15 seconds left. 3rd and 15.
And I really think that we're probably just going to see a few passes here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him chuck something to the end zone at some point.
Do they have any timeouts left? That's one thing I want to look at over here. I believe they have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I think it says 2 up there.
I mean, with that offense, I could see them running the ball up the middle. They've had some good success on that when they're expecting pass because they could stop the clock. So the whole defense has to be awake here.
All right.
They're formed. They're lined up square on everything.
Ball is snapped. He's rolling out to his left this time. He's going to roll back to his right. Man, this guy can move. Holy cow. And he's got some evasiveness. He's going to get out of bounds on a hurdle. Holy smokes.
Wow.
I think hurdling in high school is actually a penalty, but I think it depends on the angle of the hurdle. If it's like a head-on, I don't think that's a play that's allowed. But
Yeah.
obviously that was not that.
Number 4, what is his name?
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to look up. John Atlas. He's a senior this year.
Quite the athlete.
Yes, absolutely. He's been a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, when I mentioned I was watching film earlier, he was number 4, number 2, 44, and 9 seemed to stand out more than anybody else, and he seemed to always be in the play.
Yes, he does.
Well, 4th and 6, 3 seconds left.
It's got to be a shot to the end zone, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that really can happen here. I'm going to catch up with the chat here. Yes, it is a DJI drone. I already mentioned that, Coach. Witten Wosner, let's go number 44, Carter Wilfong. You know, I know that Wilfong name because I used to be the varsity baseball coach here, and I know that I used to coach against somebody that was in St. James with the last name Wilfong. I want to say Logan or something maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But Witten, we're excited that you guys are joined here with us, and looks like we've got a good game so far, and the St. James football team looks to be pretty darn good this year with a 2-1. Casey Fisher, what up, Kevin? Yes, Casey and Kevin Lay were both teachers here at Owensville and both part of the football program as well. We miss both of them dearly here in Owensville as Casey is now in Washington, and Coach Lay, he has taken his talents down to Florida, so he is teaching in Florida now. You might remember the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow competition. Coach Lay was the teacher that led a group of students in that where the school won $100,000 from Samsung. Pretty big deal.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat and up here in Owensville is going to finish this game tonight and go home tomorrow and do something, and Coach Lay's the only one going to be at the beach.
That's right. Yeah, he's the one laughing all the way to the beach. So you're not wrong. All right. Looks like here's going to be the last play of the first half, and it is going to be a chuck to the end zone here. It's going to be picked off. Take it to the house. Do a house call. What do we got here? We got some room.
Going, baby.
It's got some room, but he is going to be drug out of bounds. So that was exactly what we kind of considered could potentially happen here with the half coming to an end. Throw to the end zone doesn't work out, but no harm, no foul for St. James as they're able to go into the half with the lead.
Yeah, I consider this first half a victory. Got a strong team on both sides of the ball, and
yeah,
one or two plays, the score could be the other way. So second half, I know they're both going to go in halftime and make some adjustments. I'm curious how the second half goes.
Absolutely, and we'll talk a little bit here as we get set up for the band, but I am going to probably pop over to a drone at some point, or we'll see. But you guys are definitely going to get to hear and see the band halftime show. We'll stay on cameras until then for sure, and we will go from there. So, yeah. I have to pop upstairs real quick. You guys will get to see them setting up for the band as we get going here.
All right, I'm not going to talk too much at halftime. I'm going to let you watch the halftime show unless I can find somebody that wants to come over here and give their input on how the first half went. And I have a guy over here. No, he's busy. Yeah, I'm reading Mr. Lay's, Coach Lay's comment here about being at the beach. Good stuff. Every day is beach day. You know, it's amazing seeing all the. I'm new to Owensville. I moved down here in 2011, and my wife is from here, and I've really gotten to know the community good, put myself out there. But one thing I've noticed is no matter where people go, they always tend to pay attention to the local sports. Coach Lay's moved to Florida, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, something like that. And, of course, Coach Fisher up in Washington, and both pillars of this community, and they're still tuned in to the YouTube, paying attention. There's some deep roots in this community, and I always like seeing that. I did hear Coach Fisher say that he thought he was a little bit better of a coach, but, I mean, might have just been a rumor. Hey, Will.
Now entering the field is your 2024 marching Dutchmen.
See if we can't get Will Johnson on here to talk a little bit.
Hey, Maddox. Maddox. Hey, you can fly the drone kind of like over here where she is. Just right over here where Morgan is. Where Morgan is.
Morgan in the green.
Featuring senior spotlight, Kiana Waymeyer and Ashley Shaw.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get the mic hot here for the band, and we'll switch camera angles and you get to hear it.
Ready. You may take the field for your halftime performance.
Hey, hello. That good? You're fine waiting. Do you just want him to go right on top or down a section? They're right. Like go
right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is your Owensville Marching Dutchmen with their first halftime performance where they played all 3 of their movements with the marching and all. Great job to the Marching Dutchmen, and I am going to turn it over to Ryan Hampton and the one and only Will the Thrill Johnson. They're going to do some halftime here while I go run and grab some things for the drone. All right. Turn the controller off, yeah.
We are going to do the drawing for a DECA gift card raffle. Again, drawing for the DECA gift card raffle.
Your mic is hot. I will put this up.
The winner of the DECA gift card raffle is Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte, you are the winner of the DECA gift card raffle. Congratulations.
All right, how you doing, Will?
Not too bad, Ryan. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good. I think Coach Ehring threw you and I both in the fire tonight. With
Yeah, that's okay.
Coach Dave gone, and you're used to this kind of thing. So what are you thinking about tonight's game so far?
Well, it's been tightly contested like I anticipated. I mean, these last few years, it's either been a defensive struggle or an offensive shootout.
Yeah, it looks like Owensville came out strong on their first drive and drove down the field without much resistance, and then held St. James, and then St. James had the next couple scores, of course, and almost scored again at the very end there.
Yeah, Zayden Gates kind of saved the day there with that interception in the end zone.
Yeah, that was really nice to see. So hopefully they both go into the halftime and we make some adjustments and Coach Howard gets his team ready to come out. St. James gets the opening kickoff, correct?
Yes, since we had to receive the opening one.
So yeah, this is a really well contested game, and I'm curious to see how the third quarter goes. It could really go either way.
It really could. I mean, both teams like to ground and pound, and we'll just see whose line stops who.
Yeah, and Owensville has a really young team. I didn't see how many upperclassmen that St. James had. Of course, Owensville has a handful of strong seniors on the offensive side of the ball, but I know they had a few players drop out in their 10th grade year, so a couple seniors that are not with us anymore, but there's a ton of freshmen and a ton of sophomores, and for a young team, I think they're doing really good and holding their own.
Oh, sure. I mean, no better time than now to get them in front of the Friday night lights.
Yeah, I like that. And a lot of our linemen used to play linebacker or running back, so they're putting different players in different positions, putting good athletes in spots. And like I said earlier, Coach Howard's doing a great job.
And a lot of our guys are playing 2 ways, but sometimes that's par for the course in high school football.
One thing I did notice, there's not as many cramps tonight.
Right, even though it's 90-something degrees down there.
I guarantee you Coach got on them about drinking water. One thing I remember him saying last year, if you're waiting until, I forget what point in the week it is to get hydrated, you're already too late. You need to start earlier in the week. So I'm sure he's on them to stay hydrated starting right after the game probably.
Yeah, because most of us, myself included, probably just sweating just standing there on the sidelines tonight.
And up in this booth, it's pretty warm tonight. So we're looking for the air conditioning, but we didn't get the luxury suite.
Yeah, at least next week it's supposed to be in the 70s, maybe more fall-like.
Are we home next week or are we away?
We are home next week. It's homecoming and the Gasconade County Bowl.
Okay. Oh, that's right, Herman.
Yeah, Herman Bearcats are in town.
Yeah, they always get up for that game there. I know some of the coaches and parents and players on the other side, so I learned to not run my mouth too much because I don't want to give them any bullboard material. But, yeah, they're a strong team, and it's always, like Coach Ehring was saying earlier, no matter what their records are or how strong they are, it's really a good game every year.
I'd say every year, no matter what the records are, you can throw them out the window because Herman and Owensville always get after it.
You know, there was a game in Herman a while back when Trevor Abernathy was a junior at Herman, and I think it was a double overtime or an overtime game.
Double, I think.
And Herman came back, and Keegan Head, their quarterback, threw a touchdown pass in the end zone, and I thought we had it won.
Right.
When Trevor scored, I thought that was it, and I think it was you say it was double overtime?
I think it was double OT.
Well, that was one of the best high school football games I've ever seen, and both teams were strong, and they both had some weaknesses, but that game was an indicator of how they always play each other, so hopefully next week's the same.
Well, I'd have a Herman score for you, but they play tomorrow against Central New Madrid County.
All right, and Herman's having a good year so far, 3-0 on the year. In fact, they beat the St. James team last week.
36-15.
Yeah, so we're going to have our work cut out for them, but like you said, we always play them strong.
Yeah, and I was talking to Coach Kraft before the game, and St. James was probably a play or two away from making that even closer, but they had a few too many turnovers.
Yeah, I saw one of the players, Carter Eppel.
Epley.
Took that touchdown pick six. His dad sent me that video in a text message. He goes, "There's my boy." I said, "Well, it ain't gonna be so easy in 2 weeks." But yeah, they really look good, and they got a great team, a great coaching staff too. So it's gonna be a fun time. Anytime we play Herman, it's fun.
And needless to say, if anyone is looking for anyone in Gasconade County, you'll find them here next Friday night.
Yes, sir. And hopefully that trophy stays here next week also.
And I turn it back over to Tyler.
Right.
Oh, we'll keep going.
So how many games did you have to go to this week? I know I see you volleyball. I see you softball.
Earlier today, I did some of the Lady Jays Classic softball in Jeff City. Andrew Jets Parkway West Longhorns beat Fatima 12-6.
Okay.
It was nice and hot early afternoon.
You're on the road covering sports. What? How many days a week on average?
5 or 6, easy.
Wow, that's amazing. And you don't miss much. You go in the paper on Wednesday, and every single sport is covered. And you don't just follow the games. Like, of course, my daughter plays volleyball, so I try to keep track of the score, and I tell the judges, "Hey, you missed a point," but I'm not really sure. But you're traveling from sport to sport, and you get in the paper, you show who has how many kills and assists. Like, you have a notebook that you keep track of all that stuff on?
I do. I do mine own unofficially, but it also helps to have the official ones to look at.
Yeah, it's really impressive what you've done. I always thought it'd be cool to have a montage of you all over the field where you go. 'Cause I bet you put a couple 100 miles on those feet every week.
Oh yeah, pretty much. In fact, the week we were at Borgia a couple weeks ago, I did a Friday night game when this very St. James team took on Lynn.
Yeah, that Lynn program, is this their third year?
Third year, but first year of varsity.
Okay, yeah, there's a coach over there, Cody Fulkerson. Do you know him?
Can't say I do.
He's a guy, just an amazing guy. He used to be a state trooper. I'm not sure what he does on the coaching staff over there, but I know he's one of the coaches, and he also is a tight end and running back coach over at Missouri S&T, and he goes back and forth. So he's awesome pillar of the community over there, and I think he's going to turn that program into something special. They got the new field over there.
Yeah, it's a rarity, a grass field.
Yes, I saw that. I saw it from an aerial shot. But I can't believe they never had a football or a varsity team for that matter.
I couldn't either, but they enough people, passionate people, put their heads together, and they have football on Friday nights now.
Well, just like any expansion team in the pros, when the Jacksonville Jaguars, their first year, or the New Orleans Saints back in the day, you're going to come out and, I think the Saints or the Buccaneers lost their first 26 games.
They did.
And you're going to have to go through adversity, but to build a program up, you got to start somewhere. So, they took it on the chin last week. Was it 68-0, I believe it was, to Herman?
Yeah. No, to St. James.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Oh, the St. James team beat Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Last week it was 53-0 against Windsor.
Yeah, I saw they hadn't put a point on the board. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, it's actually a testament to those players to go through that and still come out every week and keep giving it, knowing that there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel.
Tonight they're on the road in Mexico against Missouri Military Academy. I'm hoping to get an update from MMA's athletic director.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see them score. Their first score is going to be a lot to that community.
No kidding. Even if it is on the road.
Yes. Just got to start somewhere. So, no, I like seeing that. I know I'm from Owensville, but I like seeing other schools do well also.
Well, where I grew up in the northeast corner in Canton, we didn't have football Friday nights. I had to go to the rival school in Highland to get my Friday night fix.
We had football. I grew up in St. Louis, went to Normandy, and then Francis Howell, so we had some football up there.
I'm going to hand you back to Tyler.
All right. Coach T's back on the mic.
Thanks for coming up, Will.
Here comes the professor of punk back on the mic.
Shout out to Will Johnson for joining us here on the broadcast. Had to do a little sprinting back into the high school to get a charger for the drone controller. I'll go ahead and take our ugly mugs off here now, and we'll go back to the game here. We've got several different feeds here for you. I'll go ahead and check up on the chat here real quick. Looks like will we stream the JV game on Monday from Whitten? No, we will not be streaming the JV game. If I could clone myself, we would do them all, but unfortunately we will not be doing the JV game. Coach Lay Maddox, whoa, great to hear from you. Tyler, you have Maddox on crew. Lucky guy, Maddox. I hope you join us in dinosaur digging this summer. We loved having you on our team in Florida. Coach Lay, it is awesome to have Maddox here at OHS. I always say my day gets better whenever I get to see Maddox. Maddox is the guy that's been flying the drone for us this evening, so we're very thankful to have Maddox, and all the crew helping us tonight. So I agree with you there, Coach. Coach Gaska, Coach T, every Saturday is Brock Day. Once a Dutchman, always. What's Brock mean?
I don't know. I don't know if he meant beach day or Bach, because we were talking
beach
about
day.
the beach at the time.
Yes.
You know, when you're my age, your eyesight goes out, so you type wrong. I'm good at reading autocorrect.
So, yes, that is beach day. I'll bring up the UI. I always try to take the UI whenever the overlay here, whenever the band is playing. So, yes. So, Coach Kevin Lay and John Gaska, they are living down in Florida, rubbing it in that they get to spend those Saturdays at the beach. I'm jealous, mighty jealous. Coach Lay, I will always bleed orange and black. Mr. Hampton, Coach Fisher was an excellent mind for football, certainly. It'll be great to hear from Will the Thrill if he gets on the air. Yeah, we got to have Will on the air. And, Coach Lay and Coach Fisher, they were two former Dutchman football coaches that were here for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. And then the last one there, Anya, great job, band. Always love to hear them, and I'm so proud of all the hard work they put in. Make sure everyone lets them know they did amazing. Anya, I was able to catch a few of the band members while I was making my mad dash from the high school. And, yes, I let them know, hey, you guys did a great job. It was fantastic to get to see all three movements tonight. And, man, those guys put in a ton of work. Every single day before school, they're out here on the field practicing. They practice during school, in class. They put a lot of work into what you guys see, all the movement, all the obviously being able to play. A lot goes into that.
Coach Lay just asked me if I was a Normandy Viking. I was in a Normandy school district until my freshman year, and then I moved out to actually my sophomore year, but I went to tech school. And then my junior and senior year, I went to Francis Howell, so I was a Viking either place I went. But Normandy and Rittner, those were two rivals. I lived about a mile away from Chuckaburger over there, so we'd always see the high school across the road over there. But that was a big rivalry back then. And I was asked to tell Tiffany Hoffman happy 50th birthday tonight.
Oh, nice.
So
happy birthday, Tiffany.
Happy 50th, Tiffany.
Happy birthday, Tiffany. I was wondering. You know what? I'm not gonna show what Mr. Ryan Hampton just showed me here in the press box. So happy birthday, happy 50th, Tiffany. Hope it's finally over the hill.
Yeah.
Tiffany is an Owensville graduate. I know her well. She's got students here at the high school.
Great sense of humor.
Great sense of humor. We hope. Anyways, we got a football game to get back to this half. I might have to pop out a time or two, Coach, just to go put some batteries in cameras. I have a feeling this field camera that you see right now, awesome shot of the crowd here at the high school tonight. That battery is going to die, and I think she probably doesn't know it yet, but I will go help her out with that. We still got the other cameras. The drone is going to be down for the third quarter because it has to charge the controller. The drone is a learning in progress. It's our first time using it, so we'll learn as that goes, but we'll get it back up in the fourth quarter for you all, hopefully to see a great finish to this great game already as we go into the third quarter with a score 12-6, Coach.
Sounds good. We're getting ready for a good second half here.
Absolutely, and it looks like we received the ball to start the game, correct?
Correct. So St. James will get the third quarter kickoff.
James Cooper, our eye in the sky on top of the press box here. He says, pray for St. James. One of their players broke their wrist on the hurdle. He is on the way to the hospital. So I know James called me before half, and he pointed out that the ambulance there was a kid getting loaded into that, so we did have an injury. Don't know if that's official word yet or not, but that is what we got from James. So.
All right, here we go. We're going to get a full kick or an onside. Yep, good kick.
So it looked like St. James was kind of gearing up for a potential onside there, but Dutchmen were able to push him out of bounds. It looks about the 24 as we get started here.
All right, well, we got our work cut out for us here. They're not bad field position, not great, kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, I think that St. James kind of went into halftime there with the momentum, obviously. Dutchmen came out firing hot with that first score on the first drive, but the offense has been relatively quiet ever since. Did have a pretty awesome ending with a Zayden Gates interception.
Yeah, we can carry that momentum here. It'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
All right, going to be a quick completion there, right over the middle for about 4 yards. Going to bring it and make it a 2nd and 6. Pamela Shepard says, great job to the Owensville band. Couldn't agree more, Pamela. I was very excited to see that performance tonight. I've been talking to some of the students in class about it, and very, very awesome. I am just so impressed with, their marching ability while playing, and I know that that's not easy, so couldn't agree more with you, Pam. Dutchmen set up here with a trying to stop the Tigers here on 2nd and about 7.
Oh, boy, they can stop it here. It'd be good.
Oh, my goodness. Run them out of bounds.
Great defense.
Sorry, I might have given you guys a little bit of a rough view on that. I can't really tell. I was watching the field. I realized I was on the wrong camera. But stretch play looked like he got maybe back to the line of scrimmage or close. No, it looks like he lost a yard, Coach.
Yeah, I agree. Like 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8.
One thing that I've noticed with the St. James team is some of their skill players, they got lots of speed. Seems like they can get away from people.
Yeah, and it's good to see our people standing with them. They're not.
Yeah.
They've given up a couple of big plays, but for the most part, that guy there, he got taken back, which is awesome. So it brings up a 3rd and long here, which is crucial. Great first drive for us, or so far.
Absolutely, and they're going to spread them out wide here. Got 3 to the top of your screen, and they're going to do like a little screen pass out there. But
He is down.
in high school, if you catch it and you go to the ground, or if you go to the ground at any point in time, even without being touched, that's going to be the play. So it's going to leave them with a 4th and 10 now. So they got a decision to make here. They're deep in their own end. It looks like they're bringing in some new personnel. I'm going to bet this is a punt, Coach.
Yes, I can't see him going for 4th down on this deep in their territory.
Yeah, they got a lead, and it looks like the Dutchmen are setting up to return the punt. And the 2 guys that we've mentioned several times this evening, Chase Crosby is the deep man, and Zayden Gates is the guy playing a little more shallow there.
Nice returner, a good block here would be amazing.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Playcock was winding down there, almost took it all the way down. It looks like Chase is going to have a chance here.
Yeah,
Oh,
stay
let it
with
go.
that, yeah. Smart move. Good field position still.
Dutchmen are going to take over at about the 36.5-yard line, it looks like. Philip Mintzmeyer says number 4 was quarterback for Tigers earlier, and number 2 is in now. So number 4 was John Atlas. I'm not sure if that was the player they're talking about that got injured on the hurdle. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
And number 2 looks like it is junior Nick Gleason. So I apologize. I did not catch that there was a different quarterback in there, so shame on me. If it would have been a Dutchman change, I probably definitely would have noticed it, but I won't lie, I did not notice it on the other end. So first play from scrimmage for the Dutchmen is going to be a running play, and it's coughed up. Unfortunately, that's going to be recovered by the Tigers right into their hands. Looks like the Tigers are going to be the benefactor of that fumble, and they're going to take over in Dutchman territory at about the 46. So not the offensive start that we wanted here, Coach.
Yeah, you hate to see that on the first drive, but, you got to protect that ball. And just get the defense back out there again, and they're probably a little tired, so hopefully they can get through this and get the ball back really quick.
Philip, thanks for providing us with that information. We appreciate it. And now that we're looking, I can definitely see that you're right. It is number 2. We hope a speedy recovery in case of injury there for number 4. Man, he was fun to watch. And number 2 takes off, and he's got a lot of green to run with there, too. And he's going to get down to about the Dutchman 27.
Yeah, he was one of the players I mentioned I was watching. He was a good athlete last week. Him and number 9 and 42, 9, 4, and 44 just seem to always be on top of that ball.
Yes. Yeah, 4, he was one of the faster players I think I've seen the Dutchmen have to play against so far this year. I think back to that Park Hills game, and there was a I can't think of the name right now, but he was listed as an athlete, and he was every bit of an athlete. Love to watch those types of players play and hate to see him get injured.
There's a big stand for the defense here.
So on first down there, it looks like St. James is going to gain about 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7 from about the Dutchman 24. So far what we've seen out of the Dutchman team in the first few games, at home here against Park Hills, and then Eldon was a strong first half, but had a hard time getting it together in the second half. So we hope we see a different second half here for the Dutchmen, and that's a good defensive play.
Yeah, that was great.
Quarterback really didn't have anywhere to go there, as he had somebody right on top of him pretty early on in the beginning of that play.
Bring up a 3rd and 6. Again, like you mentioned earlier, certain positions it's 4-down territory, and that's probably what they're looking at here. So
Right. So really got probably 2 downs here to try to get this first down of 6 yards. So,
Well, it'd mean a lot to this defense to make back-to-back stands here.
oh my gosh, absolutely.
Get the team fired up.
All right, it looks like the Tigers are in the shotgun, which is where they've been pretty much the whole night, I believe. Drop back to pass. They look at number 9. He had him open for a second, but then he gets bottled up, and there's a flag on the play in the backfield, which I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm guessing that would probably be in the area of the hold.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think you decline that, take the loss of yards, and the loss of downs.
Big play there by senior Henry Leb.
As long as it wasn't, yeah, it's holding.
Holding, and you're right. I think they're going to decline that.
Hopefully you can, right?
I would think so.
That would bring up a 4th and long.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. Yep, penalty is declined. You can see the official there in the middle of the field. James and really doesn't matter. James or Bernardo up top, if you guys can hear me, if there's ever a flag on the field, if you guys could zoom in on the referee so we can see the referee call, that would be pretty cool for the viewer, I think. And yes, that was a declined penalty. 4th and 12 after that sack.
All right.
Henry Leb, just want to double check, make sure I was correct there, saying he was a senior. No, Henry Leb is a junior. I was wrong. So I've never had Henry in class, so I wasn't sure.
Great kid. A big play here for the defense and the offense.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic stand by that defense.
Wow. So in the backfield, the Dutchmen were about half a second away from getting to the quarterback there. The quarterback had just gotten the pass off, throws it downfield, and it hits the hands, outstretched hands of a wide receiver, but unable to bring it in. So Dutchmen get away with one there after getting coughing up the ball. The defense stands tall.
Yeah, 2 drives in a row they've held them and need the offense to start doing their part and putting some points on the board. Keep their defense out there a little, wear them down a little bit, and give our defense a break.
Absolutely, and hopefully we can string together some first downs here and have a long drive ourselves as the Dutchmen snap the ball. It's going to be another running play right up the middle. He somehow avoids a tackle there at first, a would-be tackler, and went Logan Bailey there to start this drive.
Picked up a few.
We're a 1-score game here still. Keith Glauser. Keith Clauser is razzing us here a little bit. I appreciate the compliment, Keith. I'm lucky to be in the school district, and thank you for the compliments on the broadcast. And we're doing the best we can on the calls. I really threw Ryan into the fire up here as Adams rolls out to his right. He's going to lower his head and just keep it himself, get back to about the sticks to make it.
That Spaz over there commenting.
Yes, that's Spaz. I think he was giving us, he said we need maybe a more seasoned play-by-play guy. So I don't know if he's razzing me or if he's razzing you.
Well, your play-by-play guy is your coach, Eric. I'm just the color, and my color's pretty black and white tonight. So.
Oh, we appreciate it, Spaz. We appreciate the jumping in the chat. Primal Cyan, that's my guys on top. Understood, T, I'll be on it. Thank you so much for that. And you guys are right on it right now. Speaking of the devil, you guys are zoomed in right on those referees. We appreciate you. The only other thing, James, up top that I would maybe tell you, as I know you're listening to the broadcast while you're up there, is if they're on the far side of the field, it would probably be okay to zoom in a little bit or leave the camera up a little bit higher because the scoreboard that we have on screen here is still getting in the way of really the top of the field a little bit. So if the near side is a little empty and they're stretched out real far, feel free to zoom in just a little bit.
Yeah, Keith Glazer is new on the school board this year.
Yes, new school board member, longtime guy here in the community. Definitely bleeds orange and black. Has a student in the high school right now who's a pretty important member of the basketball team, which is pretty awesome to see. And man, I don't know if you follow basketball much, Ryan, but I'm very excited to see the Dutchman basketball team this year.
Yes,
and the Dutch girls.
Agreed.
I think both are going to be very good.
Keith's always been involved in the basketball community around here too. The only thing he's ever really struggled with is his golf game.
I love it. All right, ball is snapped, and great angle here, James. Appreciate it as Adam rolls out to his right. He does find a wide receiver, and they're going to get the first down for the Dutchmen.
Great play call, Coach Lewis.
Pass complete to number 5, Stephen Budemeyer. Man, Stephen Budemeyer is really blossoming into a great football player, and we've really seen He's got great closing speed on tackling, really breaks down and makes a great tackle every time.
Really is.
And then on top of that, looks like we have a flag on the field here. I don't know what this is, but it looks like they're going back. That's not good for the Dutchmen.
No, that's not.
But Steven getting a little more involved on the offensive side, too.
Is that a personal foul?
No, they call it holding.
Okay.
Holding against the Dutchmen, so that's not what we want to see. Takes away a first down, which is frustrating, but it's part of the game.
It is. Third and what?
3rd and 18 is what I think I heard him say. Great shot, James, as the quarterback rolls out to his left this time. He looks downfield. Going to be a little bit long there. Looks intended for Zayden Gates, number 2 for the Dutchmen. Thank you, James. I see you commenting up there.
Well, those penalties always get you, too. And when you got a first down after that hard drive and then you get backed up and you got to punt it away.
Yeah.
Those are the plays that define a game.
Right. And the defense, got to give them the props. They've done a great job, but they have been on the field a lot already.
Yeah, they are getting a little bit of a break here, so they're going to have 8 offensive plays here, or 7. Get a good punt off here, will be good.
Ooh, that'll be another short one, I think.
That might
Get out of the way, get out of the way. Well, I guess I shouldn't be saying get out of the way, because if it accidentally plunked a St. James player, then that'd be a free ball, but
Yeah.
that punt is going to net about maybe a little over 10 yards.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the game, we saw a couple of fantastic punts. Last couple of punts have been a little bit tougher, have had a little bit of traffic in the face, make it a little bit harder to get that off. But
All right, well, we need a defense to step up again. They say defense wins championships. Hopefully, can win us a game tonight.
again, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast when we were first getting started, this is the first Four Rivers Conference tilt of the year for the Dutchmen and for St. James. So they're looking to get off to a 1-0 start in their conference play as St. James has a good carry on first down here. Looks like they get about 8 yards.
It was a strong run.
You really got to tip your hat to this St. James team. They've really come to play tonight on the road. Been a great game so far.
Yeah, they're spreading it out good. They've run a lot more than I thought they would, but they've done a good job. We're lucky to only hold them to 2 scores so far.
That's right. I agree. As you get a little shot there of the crowd here at the field.
It's 2nd and 2.
Ball is snapped, rolls out to his left. He's going to meet some Dutchman defenders, but gets away again.
All right.
Oh, but there. Dutchmen are able to close in the second line of defense, the linebackers there, and take him down for a few-yard loss.
Like to see that.
Man, you can't really say anything bad about the defense this half, Coach.
No, the defense has been playing stellar. Like every time St. James gets the ball, they make a couple steps forward, but we stop them. This is their 3rd drive in the 3rd quarter.
And really, I mean, aside from, they got field position because of a turnover on the offense, but aside from that, they really haven't even moved the ball that much.
They got the ball from the turnover, and there's another.
There's another incompletion.
Watch it there. There's a cramp.
Now, one thing we do have to point out here, we're very aware of the situation as well. They did have to change quarterbacks. What we hear is there was an injury. We don't know the severity of it or anything like that. But we were thinking about that St. James player and hoping that he is okay.
Yeah.
Looked like a wrist is what we were told. But they do have a new quarterback in the game. So, again, we'd like to give credit where credit is due. And, St. James is doing it with a guy they probably didn't prepare to have under center going into the game.
You got a 4th down here, too, again.
All right, it's going to be a passing play. He rolls back to looks for number 9, who seems to be their best wide receiver. He does make the catch as he goes out of bounds for a first down. Take it to the Dutchman, about 21-yard line. At number 9, he made a really great catch earlier in the game, Coach.
Yeah.
And you had pointed him out as one of the better players before we started.
Yeah, and the one player that I did point out also was 44, and we really haven't seen much of him. He looks like a fullback type back there.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him carry the ball very much.
I don't know that I won't have to square up to tackle that guy.
He's a big
He's
guy.
lined up right next to the quarterback, number 2 right now.
And there he goes.
Now, wait a second.
Yeah.
Dutchmen make the tackle, and they're going to get another first down. Now, wait a second. I'm confused. 2 is the new guy, right?
Correct. 2's a new quarterback,
Okay.
and 44 was the fullback.
4 was the old quarterback.
Yeah,
Okay.
and as
Okay,
we
okay.
speak, he takes the ball like a bowling ball and runs right through the defense for pick up about 15, it looks like.
It's like we planned it that way.
Yes. So first and goal.
Beyond the goalpost, you can see the newly installed middle school bleachers down there. I really like that feel. I think it's pretty neat. Seems like it's going pretty well for the middle schoolers so far, and it makes for a really cool shot, honestly, with the fans back there as we get to that end of the field. So looks like it's first and goal from about the 9. Ball is snapped. He's going to bounce it outside. He's got a lot of green if he's got the speed to turn it. Looks like he's going to get to about the 5-ish. They get second and goal from the 5, and man, the defense has been so great this half so far, Coach.
Yeah,
This is a tough task right here, though.
Yeah, it's a good test for him, though. I mean, they give up a little green, but they haven't given up the end zone yet. We're going to see short field here, and like you said, the defense has been playing strong. I think they're feeling it. As long as they're not tired, it's a big play right here. Just keep it a one-score game would be really important with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Got 4 receivers spread out, 1 in the backfield, and it looks like it's going to be a handoff to the guy in the backfield. And the Dutchmen, oh my gosh,
All right, they
rolled
brought
it
it down.
to just about the 1-yard line.
Hey, they're not in yet, right?
It's true. Take it to what, third down here?
Yeah, third and 1 or 2. Looks like 2. 2 minutes left. Yeah, you're here to play, so this is the time you make a play.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, do you stack the box? Are they going to run it, or they're still spread out? You can't really, you got to honor the pass.
Yeah, you really got to pay attention to that quarterback.
Oh, and it's going to be a jumps off sides. That's going to be killer for the.
Is that on us or them?
No, that's got to be on
That's-
them, I
that's
think,
a
yes.
Fantastic. That's really good for us.
Ooh, false start. I guess I should say jumps off sides. It was a false start. That gives the Dutchman defense a little more breathing room there, taking it out to about the 6.
Yeah, we need anything we can get right now. If they're going to hurt you, they're going to help you. And we had a penalty earlier that cost us when we had first down.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out to the officials here tonight. I always like to say we're extremely thankful for them. And if you're interested in getting into officiating at all, we need officials in the state of Missouri. Ball is snapped. Is looking to be a pass. He's looking across the middle, and number 9, man, what a great player, comes down with it. Number 9 for St. James, that is, get the name here for you, Aiden Boone. He is a junior, made a couple big catches tonight, and secures the 3rd touchdown in the air from the new quarterback here in the 3rd quarter. You know, I like to put myself in the other team's shoes for a while. That's got to be a big confidence booster for that new quarterback coming in.
Yeah.
And, being able to find the end zone. What were you about to say, Coach?
No, same thing. Like, he comes in and he finds the end zone. He drives them down the field. They get a penalty, but he stays with the game plan and puts it right on target. So, and he's backup quarterback.
Right.
I mean, I assume he's a backup quarterback.
Probably didn't come into this game planning to be in the position that he's in right now, but he's stepping up to the challenge as he takes a snap on the extra point try. They bounce it outside, and this time I think they get in. Haven't seen the signal yet, and the official does. That's the first conversion from either team tonight, which is going to take it to make it a 20-6 game in favor of the St. James Tigers.
Yeah, you see number 2 out there playing in different positions, so you know during practice he's practicing with the receivers. He's practicing with whatever skill group he's with, so he still needs to pay attention to what the quarterbacks are doing. He's probably not getting a lot of reps, so to come in and do that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, and jump the gun here a little bit. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play. It's going to take him back. I don't know if it was a holder. Get the call here. I don't know what that signal is, honestly. Chop block or... My goodness.
Definitely a personal foul.
15 yards there on that variety. This is going to be a very long two-point conversion.
I almost gave him the 2-point and give it on the kickoff.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a strong fourth quarter from this Dutchman team.
It's a really interesting spot because you probably don't draw up too many plays for this exact scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, I'm sure that there are some plays that coaches kind of want to keep in their back pocket. They don't want to show all their cards.
Yeah, and this could be the kind of play you do that when you have a tackle eligible or... extra point from 18 yards out, and the snap is bobbled, and this doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. Falls incomplete, and it'll stay 18-6 St. James with 1:16 remaining in the third quarter. All right, well, I'm sure Coach Howard's going to gather the troops here and get them fired up. Looks like Kemp's out there with the special teams. Sure would be nice to be able to return a kick here. Hopefully they get a good kick to do that with. And one thing about special teams plays, one play can happen really fast. So with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the third quarter, down by 2 scores, and the type of game it's been a lot of back and forth with not many drives. You kind of need a big play here, and special teams gives you that opportunity, so we're going to keep an eye on this play.
Back in for the Dutchman, number 2, Zayden Gates. Number 22, Ricky Marquez.
With Ricky Marquez and Zayden Gates. I saw Chase Crosby go out earlier. I thought it was a cramp, but he's not out there, so
Tigers, number 17, Preston Hash.
some fast players out here. Looks like Cale Walker's back there in the kickoff area, too.
All right, so got a new battery for up top as we get ready for the kickoff here. So I assume that we're not successful in that last 2-point conversion.
Correct, yeah, it fell short.
Oh, strong kick here. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, that's right.
Little miscommunication. It's like Ricky Marquez is going to pick it up.
Get a block. There's no
Oh,
good
boy.
blocking.
Oh, boy. Turns field. Got one guy to beat.
Keep on going, Ricky.
He's got a little green.
Boy, he saved a.
He did.
Now, I don't know if that ball goes into the end zone. It comes out to the 20, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's many touchbacks in high school football, but
No, that could have been one.
that was close. Ricky picked it up and was able to get out to, looks like the 32? Hey,
He almost
from
pulled
where he started?
he almost pulled a Luther Burton there.
Yes. I'm going to go off mic here for just a second. I think we are to the point where we're ready to get the drone back up, so I'll go ahead and
Okay.
get those guys ready.
Got it. All right, Dutchmen start off here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with about 1 minute left in the third quarter. Ricky's got the ball again. He's got some room. Pick up about 15.
Hey, Maddox.
The catch is good for an Owensville Dutchman.
I think this thing is ready again. Don't drop it. You got the cable still?
Yeah, it's out here.
Another big passing play to Ricky Marquez there.
Yeah, Ricky Marquez he's got his track shoes on right now. He's done some running these last 2 things.
Looks like Chase is back in also. Looks like they're going to the throwing game here.
They were looking for Chase, not quite able to get it to him.
Pass is intended for number 26, Chase Crosby.
You know, I know they have a balanced attack here, but I would like to see, from my personal perspective, I would like to see how they do with when they pass a lot more. Even though the defense knows they might be coming, I would like to see what the passing attack looks like.
Right. Try to get into maybe a rhythm or something like
Yeah,
that.
Adams come a long way in his confidence and his throwing abilities. It feels like he's come a long way from last year.
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, the first drive of the game was a big touchdown pass to Zayden Gates. Would love to be able to see drop some more passes like that in there because he's got some good receivers.
He had 2 touchdowns in the first game, I believe.
Yeah.
What a strong kid.
Not going to go down with the first tackler, that's for sure.
Hit first by number 29, Zane Ackerberg.
All right.
Gain of 1 on the play. Dutchman will be faced with 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 here, and this is a drive that the Dutchmen really need to
It's gonna
get a few first downs on, hopefully find the end zone.
looks like it's about 8 seconds left in the.
Going to take it down to the 4th quarter here.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, St. James Tigers.
All right, so if you're in the chat or if you are watching live now, it looks like we have about 125 people here with us. Pop in, let us know. You're from St. James, you're from Owensville. Who are you rooting for in this one? Let's take a look at the Zebras. I got cut off a little bit earlier. I will say that if you are interested in becoming official in Missouri, whether that be football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, anything, we need officials here in Missouri as we're going to watch the cheerleader stunt. Coach, what are you looking for in this fourth quarter?
Looking for, I think you have a lot of offense, right? Defense, every time St. James has to get the ball, you're going to have to stop them. I wouldn't be surprised to see an onside kick at some point also, knowing they really need 3 possessions, 2 to tie it. So, again, unless you get the extra point. But, yeah, I could see an onside kick happening at some point in this second half for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to get back into the ball game, and the Dutchmen did recover an onside kick in the Park Hills game. So they've got some experience.
Yeah, they can do it.
Dutchmen are without their normal field goal kicker, Lex Mosler, tonight, as he is our foreign exchange student, and he is currently in Florida with his exchange program.
Battery for the drone.
It's in there.
What?
All right, Adam's rolling out.
Tell her just to come back. Just take it back. Just bring it back. We'll get her a new battery.
Pass on the for number 5, Peter Budmeyer. This ball's incomplete.
Going to bring up a 4th down.
Hey, Maddox.
See, I'd probably go for it here.
Maddox. Oh.
Nope, they're going to punt it.
Cindy Kopelman, good to hear from you. Let's go, Dutchman. We agree with you. Regina G, watching from South Carolina, but originally from the GCR2 area. Thanks for joining us, Regina. Looks like the Dutchmen are punting here. This is going to be a much better punt here for Mr. Budnick. Going to net probably kicked from the 42, gets down to the 32.
Not bad.
26 yards. 26 yards. High school punting in high school football is not easy.
Not.
Very rarely do you see somebody who is, really booting them long ways. It's not easy.
You don't start getting your punters going in 4th grade. It's more of a high school, maybe 8th grade. I will say one thing. Owensville School District had the 7th and 8th grade football program being taken over by the school district rather than booster club ball.
Right.
So I think the coaches on the staff here are going to be doing more getting the teams prepared for high school, which I like that a lot for our future.
Absolutely. That is something that is new this year. I know the middle school kids because I coach cross country. Got some kids that are dual sporting, very excited about that middle school football program. Here's number 44, big number 44, makes a couple moves here to try to use his blockers. Ultimately, man, he does not go down easily.
He really doesn't.
Fights hard for about 2 or 3 yards there, but they were hard-earned yards.
He's going to chew up some clock.
Yeah, I assume the strategy standpoint here from St. James is, chew the clock and run the clock down until the game is over.
Keep it on the ground and limit any turnover opportunities. See him snapping the ball with 10 seconds, 7 seconds left on the clock. I know it's early, but their ground game's strong.
Ball is snapped. Taken right up the middle. Leave it about 2 yards short. I see Brandon Glenn popping in the chat here. Local youth football parent, also helps out with coaching. Have a big futures game tomorrow evening. 4th grade Dutchmen versus Blair Oaks. Want to give a shout out to all the young Dutchmen football players that are going to be playing tomorrow morning. Good luck. Stay healthy. Have fun. And give your best effort. Excited to see the youngsters continue to practice, work, and improve. So good luck to all those young guys out there tomorrow. Ball snapped. His quarterback is going to take it himself right up the middle. He's going to get a first down. He's going to help, looks like a little pushing in the pile here, get into about their own 45-yard line. Ethan's trains. I bet that is, I got Mr. Ethan in my class here at OHS, and my intro to business class, afternoon in Owensville, I'm guessing, is what he's trying to say there. So if you're looking to catch some of the youth football action, you come right back out here to Dutchman Field to see that. Thank you for chiming in, Ethan. Hope you're having a good night and have a good weekend.
When you really stop him here, clock's starting to wind down a lot more.
It's like a broken play here as they were not on the same page.
You'd like to see that.
The quarterback's going to get taken down in the backfield for about a loss of 5, I think. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, it looks like it.
4.
Give me 4.
4. So second and 14 is what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's better than a gain of 4.
Yes, yes. If we can force them into a passing situation,
Yes.
with a chance to get an incompletion and stop the clock, that would be the best scenario here for the Dutchmen. As you're right, the clock is just winding and winding and winding at this point.
Yeah, every first down is looking worse for the Dutchmen.
Hey, Maddox, are you plugged in? Plug in for me after this play.
Quarterback draw. Picks up about 8 of them.
Number 2, Nick Grayson, the ball carrier. Push out of bounds on the 50 right, Henry left.
All right, leave about 3rd and 4.
Got a big chunk of it back on that one. I'm going to imagine here St. James is probably just going to keep running it.
Oh, yeah, especially right there. I mean, you're in 4th down territory for sure.
Right.
4th and 4.
Yeah, they can really chew up a lot of this clock here. Defense can step up and get that ball back. That'd be huge for us.
Got our drone view back. We had to charge the controller up a little bit during the 3rd quarter. We're back in action now. Oh, looks like we
Yeah. Is it
encroachment
offsides?
or
Yeah. Unless they're going to get them on false start.
this is one of those that it could be a toss-up. I'm not really sure what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's got us.
Encroachment on the defense caught us jumping early. Now, here's a question for you. I guess they probably don't allow this. You see in the NFL a lot, they have those, Aaron Rodgers is probably the best at it, generating the free play, get him to jump and then take a shot downfield. I imagine they probably don't do that in high school.
Doesn't look like it. I don't know that. That's a good question.
I imagine it has to be a safety thing. I mean, you wouldn't want somebody to get a running start or
Yes.
something like that and
True. Yeah,
cause
you
an
love
injury.
seeing that free play.
All right, it looks like this one's not going to go anywhere. And there's the, oh my goodness, number 2 making a move. Really, the Dutchman had him dead to rights in the backfield. You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast about, making the tackle on that initial point of contact. I mean, we just weren't able to do it there.
Yeah, that's a big time thing to happen. And they had him in the backfield too. I thought he was down.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where you can't let those kind of things slip away.
Correct.
We'll watch a play develop from this angle on this one as we lost the drone for the last half, or last quarter. Kate Zelch, love to see what you're doing for GCR2, Tyler. Go number 67. Well, it's not just me, Kate. I appreciate the kind words, but there's a lot of people that go into making this happen. I'm lucky to be able to work here. Have a lot of fun doing it. So we'll look at number 67 here in a second as number 44 takes the handoff. And he just bulldozes forward.
Another first down.
Another first down, and the clock is just, it's our enemy right now as we're at 7 minutes and 10 seconds left on that thing. And again, number 67 for the Dutchman is going to be Mr. Connor Vogt. I knew that. I knew that Connor Vogt was a relation to you. Connor is in my TV studio class. Man, very, very bright spot here at OHS. Awesome student. Cindy Copeman trying my hand at announcing softball at the tournament tomorrow morning. A lot different from track announcing. That is true. Cindy, I hope you have a great time at the softball tournament. Good luck to our softball girls as they play the tournament here at the field if you guys want to come watch. Got another flag here before the start of this one. I'm not sure what.
Looks like they're moving them back there a few yards.
5-yard penalty. Tigers will have it 1st and 15.
There's a lot of clock movement here. I'm trying to keep up with the scoreboard, and first down, 3rd down, and the clock keeps starting and stopping. I think we got it right. All right. Well, we could really use a turnover.
Bounce it outside here. You get pulled down from behind.
Number 31, Dwayne Norris, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 45, James Earlman. There's a timeout for an injured player on the field.
Got an injured player on the field right now. It looks to be a Dutchman. We will zoom out here. Hopefully just a cramp here. It is very hot. It's humid. This is kind of cramp season for sure. This is not obviously never looking for injuries on the field here. So we hope that he's able to get back up and walk this thing off.
Yeah, we didn't have any cramps in the first half, but as the game wore down, we see it a lot more.
Hey, Maddox, Can you kind of give me like a shot of just like around?
All right, while we're in a injury stoppage here, we'll take a look at the Owensville campus here. Great stop here for a Friday night football game for sure. Always one of my favorite places to be a Friday night in the fall time.
Yeah, I was going to mention earlier, every year there's a game where the Dutchmen moon comes up, that orange moon.
Yes.
You know, and it's usually, and it started to come up earlier. I don't know if this was it or not, but it's not as orange as it normally is. So
it looks, I'll see if we can get a shot of that real quick.
Hey, Maddox.
590
Maddox.
103.
Can you get a shot of the moon real quick?
590 103.
Just told our drone operators see if they can get us a shot of the orange moon that Ryan is talking about here. What does it look like in the old drone shot? I don't think we can see it.
no,
I don't know that the drone is going to pick. I don't know if the drone can angle the camera quite that high. You can see the elementary school there in the background. For anybody who's not familiar with the Owensville campus, first off, we got a beautiful spot here. Very thankful. We got all of our stuff here on campus in the same area. So it's like going to pass here, which is a bit of a surprise. As he rolls out, though, he's going to keep it himself and run out of bounds, which I believe running out of bounds is also going to stop the clock here in high school, right?
yes, sir.
Push out of bounds number 45, Jaden Gurley.
About 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 still.
Loss of 1 on the play. Tigers will be faced with a 3rd and
So, honestly, a huge play there for the Dutchmen. I'm quite surprised they dropped back to pass, really.
Yeah, I am too. Because they're not running that clock out. Not to mention, if it's an incomplete, it stops the clock. So there's really no point in doing that when you're up 2 scores this late in the game. But hey, we'll take it, right?
Oh, there we go. Look at that shot. We'll go back to that in a second. James, thanks for putting that in there. Oh, my gosh. They're really run them out of bounds. Run them out of bounds.
All right.
So that was a broken play from the start a little bit there. James, if you have Nardo go back to the moon there, that was an awesome shot on that camera. Would love to show it. It's going to make it 4th and about 12 from the 37 or so. 32, 33. Yeah, 33.
Dutchman used a timeout here.
So Dutchmen are trying to stop the clock, get the ball back. And you're right. I guess if we see a Dutchman score here, we're going to see an onside kick to be able to try to get a second score.
Plenty of time left. Is the right place?
You hear the drum line of the band here a little bit as we pan to Bernardo's shot of the moon here. That's an awesome shot.
Yes. It
Got the
really is.
clouds there. And,
Oh yeah, I was looking up in here. You can see it on the TV screen.
Absolutely. So that's the orange moon that Ryan was talking about here. So thank you to Bernardo, our camera guy. You guys get a feel of what it looks like out here at Dutchman Field tonight. We'll go back to the band here as the drum line is.
I thought that was Keith Glazer's forehead for a moment. I wasn't sure where the camera was.
Keith, you out here tonight? What are you doing out there?
Hey, he's going to give us a hard time on the chat room. Then we can. He knows we love him.
We can give it back.
Yes.
Thank you up there, Bernardo. Appreciate it.
He's probably not used to being called Keith, so he doesn't even know we're talking about him.
Right.
All right, this is a big play coming up here.
All right, 4th and 13. Got 2 wide receivers split out at the top, 2 at the bottom, and running back in the backfield, which is that 44 big bulldozer fullback type. He's going to roll out to his left. He's looking downfield for number 9, but he doesn't have anything. He's going to turn it the other way, and he's got a lot of room. Can we bottle him up here? No, we cannot. That is going to be a first down.
Well, that hurts.
Oh, that hurts bad because they had it bottled up at first, but they lost containment on the back end.
Yep. Yeah.
So when you're watching something like that, I mean, that's a defensive end, right? You got to be able to turn that back.
It is, but at the same time, I mean, you got some players that are just good with the ball. I mean, you got a strong defense, but when a player like that makes a play, you still got to stop him. It goes both ways, but yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
and the defense has been out there so long. Even if they're reading it, they're probably tired.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not an excuse. It's just probably a fact.
We'll watch this play from the sky cam, see what it looks like from up here. Take a look. I'm going to bet they're going to go back to the run here, but I could be wrong.
Yes, I think it'd be nuts not to. They're going to be going for that ball. I guarantee you Coach Howard wants that ball.
Surprised that they actually didn't blow the whistle on that one sooner. They let that one roll for a while. It looked like he was pretty bottled up going backwards, but we do have a penalty flag on the field. going to be like a 2nd and 10 based on where it's at, but based on the penalty, it's kind of thrown in the area of holding. Oh, it was on the Dutchman. Face mask against the Dutchman. Looks like it was of the 5-yard variety, because I think there's a 5-yard face mask, but then also a 15 if it's like intentional.
Not sure. Sometimes we're depending on when their foul was too. So that could have been a 10-yarder from the point of the foul because they were behind the line.
Okay, I
But
see.
I don't know. It's either way. It's 2nd and short, 2nd and 4 maybe.
Yes.
Clock is running.
Ball is snapped. It's going to be another run play here to number 31 for St. James. Looks like the quarterback for St. James is signaling a first down on that run. Number 31 is Blaine Noakes, senior. He's been doing a lot of the running so far here this half, and my goodness, I don't know when this drive started, but
It's been a long drive.
yes, they've had quite a few first downs, and with all the running that they've been doing, they've been able to run a ton of clock.
Yeah, it's 4:16 and running.
But for the viewers at home, I mean, that's the strategy. That's what you go for at this point in the ball game, to try to put somebody away, and that's exactly what St. James is doing.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of it. And the defense can only stay out there for so long. Timeout. St. James.
Timeout called by the Tigers.
All right.
Well, I appreciate you having me on tonight. It was definitely a new experience. Never done this before. I didn't know what to expect. I watch Fox football, so I know Tom Brady can do it. I can do it, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, Tom Brady, who's that guy?
Who is he? I mean,
Now, you can't talk too bad about Tom Brady, because if Tiffany is watching on her 50th birthday, she's a big Tom Brady fan.
she is, and I think she likes him, but she knows she's about 10 years older than him, and so he's kind of out of her league. But no, she is a very big Tom Brady fan.
Oh, I love it.
And a Patriots fan.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. So I talk about NFL up here sometimes too, and to respond to you, you were one of the first people I thought about coming up here. And, you know football. You enjoy Dutchman football. One of the biggest Dutchman football fans I know. Also just a huge supporter of the community. So I thank you for joining me.
Well, I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
The home crowd here seems like they're singing Country Roads right now, which is
interesting.
Yes. I'm just kind of proud of them for knowing it, you know.
Hey, you know what? Win or lose, they're still having fun. It's a game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I was getting to earlier, you know, when I saw Tua Tagovailoa suffer that last concussion, I won't lie, there was a part of me on the inside that was like, you know, Tom Brady, you know, he was thinking about going to the Dolphins at one point. There's a lot of weapons there right now. Good team.
He's got a lot going on. He's trying to become a minority owner in the Raiders.
Right.
He's broadcasting for Fox, and the NFL has put some stipulations on what he can and can't say on the radio. Now, he cannot go in the locker rooms. He cannot be on the sideline.
Oh, wow, because he's trying to
be an owner. So there's a lot going on. So to throw him in the mix as a quarterback, he might be able to play but not throw. You just never know.
Well, he's not going to run it. I think his career has not been one that he made by running the ball for sure. As number 44 is going to run it right into the end zone here for the Tigers to take it to 24-6.
Yeah, speaking of Tua, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, at some point you gotta
hang it up.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can imagine being a player and dedicating your whole life to trying to become good at what he does. And he's become amazing at what he does, obviously. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is. So it seems like at that point, it's got to be where somebody who really cares about him steps in, and that's not an easy decision though. So
Well, he hasn't decided yet. But here's the thing: at some point, the NFL has to have a neurologist, and nobody's talked about this. They know he has to be cleared, but. I mean, with 3 concussions and 2 of them where he took that position,
yeah.
As a neurologist, I don't think I would ever clear somebody to play like that because it opened yourself up for potential lawsuit.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't want nothing to do with that.
So I think he's going to have a hard time getting anybody to clear him.
Right, yeah, I would not want my name attached to that one.
No.
For sure.
I hate to see it because he's such a talented player.
He really is, and genuinely, he seems like a great dude.
Yes. His coach thinks the world of him.
Absolutely. And they're going for another extra point here, and this one is going to be off to the right. So going to make it 24-6 here still. But yeah, I watched that and I just hated seeing it for everybody. And listening to Mike McDaniel in the press game or the post game talk about it, you could tell he was also very hurt by it too, because I mean, he knows these guys are putting their everything, all their effort into this, and for something like that to happen, it's just a total bummer.
And he speaks his mind. You see him on the sideline, give him a kiss on the side of the head when he walked off the field too.
Right.
And somebody was mentioning that's one of the most wholesome things they've seen, because he really cares about his players. So
absolutely.
And he cares about his team, and he's in that position as the head coach to put the best team on the field, but you also got to look out for the players' safety. So it's a really interesting situation to keep an eye on.
It's a dangerous game, and at the end of the day, when you get to the highest level, it becomes very dangerous. And the human body is the human body. It's meant for some things and not meant for others, and taking shots to the head like that just...
Yeah, I think it was Phillip Rivers or Andrew Luck, I forget which one. He said, maybe Drew Brees came out. I have to look it up. He doesn't think players should be playing tackle football until high school.
Yeah.
Or maybe their sophomore year, because by the time you get to the NFL, you've got 10 years of tackling already before you get hit by a real man.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting. I hope it doesn't get to that, but...
Yeah, it's definitely a highly controversial topic right now, for sure. I will say, as a person that enjoys to watch football, I am an advocate for anything to make the game safer for the players, for sure. And I only hope that can happen.
You know, I'd hate to say this, but if they ever end up going to the point where it has to be flag football, then I think I might put my name on the hat to get back on the field a little bit longer. And
hey, I gotta tip my hat here to you. We had a coaches versus community game one time, and I saw you boot. It had to have been, what was that, a 40-plus yard field goal?
40-yard field goal.
40-yard field goal.
Yeah,
you lined up for that, and I was like, no way. Like, what are we doing here? And he put it right through the uprights.
Yeah, I enjoy the game. I always have.
Okay, here comes Zayden Gates. Muffs the catch a little bit here, but he tries to set up. He's got a lot of white jerseys in his face.
Oh, boy.
He's trying to make a miss, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. But, man, he was surrounded there.
Yeah, that game we had, it was a fun game. Of course, Coach Fisher on the other side was the quarterback.
I think the crowd was going on about something, but I'm not quite sure I caught what it was they were going on about.
Horse collar or a face mask, maybe?
I'm not sure.
103, a ticket prize at the Benji Adams booth.
You know, a lot of people talk about Coach Dave Kopelman looks a lot like Coach Daniel
Yes.
from Miami. So maybe
Yes.
he's not here because he's down in Miami consulting with Tua.
That's right. Yeah, that became a big joke here at the school during one of our staff meetings, because it became to the point where it was just so uncanny how much they looked similar. Especially, it was about 2 years ago, I think, they had almost exactly the same hairstyle. I mean, almost to a T.
Yeah, Coach Kopelman's awesome.
Absolutely. And for those that have, jumped in to our streams before, Coach Kopelman is usually on the mic here with us. But the cross-country team is they're away on a long trip this weekend, and excited to see how they're doing. Also, many of the viewers at home may not know this, but our girls' cross-country team is ranked 6th in the state right now.
Wow.
6th in the state, led by senior Eileen Limberg, who might go down in school history as one of the greatest athletes, period, in Dutchman history. Setting her sights on becoming a all-state athlete for a catch by a Dutchman receiver there for her 4th time in cross country this season, and she's a multi all-state athlete in track as well. But she is accompanied by a squad this year that is really looking to make some noise, with Abby Gibson, another senior, Hannah Gellert, who is a junior this year, Bryn Wright, who's a senior, also a basketball player, and then Elena Lebish. There's a few more on the team.
He's going to air one out here.
Oh, takes a shot downfield. Looks like that was to number 22, Ricky Marquez, who had made some plays earlier in the third quarter. John Gasca says that Tua should retire and go into coaching. Too risky to keep playing.
Yeah,
I think I'm with you, John.
As a man, I'd have to agree with that. I have a Tua jersey hanging in my basement in my room, and I'm just a fan of I'm a Cardinals fan by heart from the St. Louis era.
Yep.
But, I've got a lot of quarterback jerseys in my room, and 3 of them I have are Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, and Tua, and Zach and Trey didn't turn out, so I'm hoping I didn't jinx Tua down there.
Oh, man.
For the record, I do not have a Mahomes jersey.
You can see the opposing team's fans, student section there. They got the flashlights out, waving them in the air. Looks like they're wearing neon tonight. You know, this whole what? I'm going to ask you what it was like when you were in high school for a second, because I don't remember these theme nights when I was in high school.
I don't remember them either. I just remember that I will say the schools that I went to were really big schools. Francis Howell was one of the biggest, so the student section was just enormous.
Oh, really?
It was loud, yes. It was really loud. So, but Normandy didn't have as big of a fan turnout for the game.
Okay.
We didn't go to many games, but we lived like 8 miles from the stadium also.
Okay.
But I don't remember the theme nights.
Yeah, we just always did orange and black.
There
All right,
goes
Adam's going to take it himself. He's going to take it upfield. Makes a couple guys miss. Takes it across the 50-yard line here into Tiger territory at about the 46, 47. James, I see you with a battery there. I think we're going to be able to get through it here with a minute 56 left on the clock. I don't think we'll run out too bad here. We'll try to ride it out.
Like to see him get in the end zone here.
All right, as Adam looks downfield. Oh, he makes one guy miss, makes a second guy miss.
Good for you, Adam.
Moves to his right. Oh, no, he's going to throw an interception there to number 9, who we mentioned earlier, but there is a hanky on the far side of the field here.
It looks like a defensive holding call.
Okay, so that one might be coming back in favor of the Dutchmen. Also, while we have a stop and play here, I want to make a mention here of a couple locals that are doing something absolutely outstanding. Mo and Ariana Katzov, Mo Arthur and Ariana Katzov, they are at Worlds for USA Women's Acro in Portugal right now, and they have qualified for the finals tomorrow. It is streaming on Peacock, so if you're interested in seeing a couple local people representing Team USA on the biggest stage, you can check them out. They're in Portugal, and it's streaming on Peacock. Pretty awesome situation. I remember Ariana, she went to school here while she was in middle school, and then because she's so involved with I guess they did. That was not a penalty on.
Yeah,
St.
it looks
James.
like they're taking over here.
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Ball is snapped. It's going to be handed to the running back. Busted outside. He's got some green, got some room to run. And he's going to get to about the first down marker there. But because her training and whatnot was so intensive with the acro, she elected to do homeschooling, but so she can travel and do the things that she does with acro. But she's done a great job being a part of the school district and stuff still, because I still see her around at different events and whatnot. Absolutely outstanding kid, and obviously she's out doing big things.
Yeah,
so.
her and Mo are great athletes, huh?
Oh, my goodness. I watched some of the stuff online of the routines and whatnot, and I just can't even fathom learning how to do that.
Yeah, Mindy's trained a lot of good athletes over there.
Smart play there by the quarterback. He runs, gets the first down, but does not want to run out of bounds. So you see him just kind of like sit down on his butt. That's designed. That is to continue running the clock, because at this point, that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to run the clock to get out of here. It looks like we're going to end tonight with a score of 24-6, unless something crazy happens here, Ryan.
Yeah, defense played well tonight. I know they put up 24 points on us, but they were out there a lot.
Oh, my gosh, yes. They were on the field a lot.
The offense struggled a bit, to be honest.
It's like they're in the
testament to St. James' defense as well.
It's like St. James has now moved to the victory formation, so I think one more snap, and that's going to, well, nope. Based on the play clock, I think that's going to run this thing out. As always, I'll stay here on broadcast until they sing the school song. So James and Nardo at top, if you could zoom in when they sing the school song, we will always show that. That's a great tradition that we have here at the high school.
Hey, Maddox. Wait until Lily's down there to land that drone so it doesn't get stepped on by the other people.
All right, after every game here, you're going to see it get the shake hands. Them shake hands.
Mr. Tiffany Hoffman's giving us some feedback here. She had it coming.
Absolutely, had to look here. Michael Buchel says, what are the years that Dutchmen went to state? Oh, man, I don't have those off the top of my head. I know the most recent one was 2006 in football. That was it was my freshman year of high school. Huge thanks to the 100 people that joined us tonight. We appreciate you guys' support. Obviously, we always encourage you to try to come out here to the game if you're able. The students definitely appreciate seeing all the friendly faces in the crowd, but obviously if you're not able to make it, we'd love to have you in our broadcast here as well. At this point in time, win or lose, Dutchmen always sing the school song soon as we get done with the school fight song here. I'll turn up the mic so you can hear their beautiful voices. That puts a bow on this one. Tim Erkey, excellent production as always. Timo out. Thanks for joining, Tim. Coach Lay, I'm hoping the Dutchmen can find a rhythm on offense soon. They have a tough matchup next week, but it's Herman and Owensville, so you never know. We couldn't agree more. Coach Ryan, got anything you want to leave the viewers with here tonight?
No, I really appreciate you putting up with me tonight and my amateur broadcasting skills, but I had a lot of fun picking on a few people in the community and rooting on this team, and I think they still have a good season ahead of them. I think the hardest teams are behind them. Next week's going to be that's the middle of the season, really, isn't it? The fifth game on a 9-game season, so hopefully they keep moving and build some momentum towards the end and going to district. So I'll be keeping an eye on them, if you know.
Absolutely. I guess my analysis from the night got off to a hot start with that first touchdown, a pass to Zayden Gates. But then after that, all the scoring was done by the Tigers. I agree. I'll echo what you said several times during the broadcast. I think our defense played well.
Yes.
They were on the field quite a lot given the circumstance. But St. James, got to give them props. They came in to play tonight and did exactly what they set out to do. So
yeah, they went 4-1 in the season, and we'll have to keep an eye on the rest of their season also.
Yeah, and for anybody from St. James that tuned in, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in as well, and good luck on the rest of the season. You guys are off to that 1-0 start in conference play. As always, I'll try to get the people that helped out with the broadcast in here so we can get a sign-off. Maddox, can you and Lily come in? Yeah. We'll get as many people as we can here. I'll get the guys from the top, and I'll see if I can get Miss Morgan Reed. I'll be right back.
All right, we good to go?
Yeah.
Thank you again, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Morgan, can you come in here? All right, I'm going to try to get the thanks again, Ryan. I appreciate it. As we are, we always do a sign-off here, Morgan. So we let all the people who have been watching at home, we had about 100 viewers the entire game. We'll let them see all the people that help with the broadcast. So we'll get Maddox, we'll get Lily. I'll go get James, and I'll go get James and Nardo real quick. Be right back.
James and Nardo are up there still. Tom floating around.
Hey, James and Bernardo, if you just leave that stuff, I'll get it. You guys want to come down for the broadcast sign-off? All right, we have a couple of stuff. Okay, perfect. All right, real quick. Going to go ahead and plug TV Studio here for just a moment. What you see here in the broadcast tonight is some people that aren't even TV Studio students sometimes. Morgan Reed, she is Morgan, what grade are you in here?
Graduated.
You graduated?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So she's an alumni. Alumni comes back to help us out. Graduated last year. Wanted to help out with the live stream. Bernardo went out and found her to help us. We had Granite, who wasn't able to be here tonight. Last minute, something came up. We got Bernardo here, big part of the Bernardo, give a wave. Give a peace sign. Bernardo, a big part of the drama department here at OHS, helps out. And then right here in the middle, we have the one, the only, your best friend, everybody's friend, Maddox Parker. Coach Lay, if you're still there, you get to see him here right on the cam, so it doesn't get any better than that. Maddox was the pilot in command tonight. I just let everybody know again, I do have our drone license here, so we are completely legal in what we're doing, not breaking any laws. And then here comes Mr. James. James was one of the cameras on top. Bernardo was the other camera on top.
Lily was helping out with the drone tonight. Lily Reed couldn't ask for a better crew here. So, oh, and here's Jenna Breedlove. She is a broadcasting student who had a camera that was getting some film for the newscast with the one of our cameras. So let's everybody give a wave to the camera.
I know. Wave to the camera.
Bernardo, wave. Get your head in there.
Don't be shy.
All right, thank you guys for helping tonight. I'll clean it up from here. So you guys are the bomb diggity. Oh, yep. If you want to put that down there.
Where at then here? That's nice. Don't worry.
Oh, I guess just put it actually leave it in the drone. You can, yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Coach Lay is saying Maddox in all caps and an exclamation point, Maddox. And he said, great to see you, Maddox, and great job to the whole crew. You make it possible for us from Florida to see it. Well, we appreciate you tuning in, Coach. Here, give him a few words, Maddox. I mean, if he's there for you, you might as well say hi.
What's up, Coach Lay? Oh, man, I hear myself. That's
Yes,
kind of weird.
yes.
Yeah.
How was it flying the drone tonight, Maddox?
Oh, it was great. I'm just flying around, man. Something like that.
Absolutely. Trying new things here at TV Studio.
Yes.
That was the first time. Maddox, you're the first live broadcast TV Studio pilot ever.
Wow.
Wow,
What an honor.
What a name! What a title!
Yes.
We might be doing this like 50 years from now, and you're gonna be like, "You remember that time when I was the first ever?"
Yep. That's going to be me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Great job on the drone. What's the biggest challenge with the drone, Maddox?
The biggest challenge with the drone, remembering to hit record before every play. It's a real hard job, man.
Yes.
Oh crap. It's okay. Mr. Kim is on that.
So the point of the drone, too, just so for anybody who's watching at home, if you're curious, like, why do they even have this thing? Well, Coach Howard got it for the football team. It's becoming more popular in the football world to record the game with the drone, to be able to have, to be able to look at your plays and whatnot, to be able to game plan, see how plays develop from the sky. And it's actually becoming a little bit more cost-effective than buying those telescopic camera poles, which is the way they used to do it. So they went drone, and then no sooner than we got the drone did we find out that we had to have somebody with a drone license, which is they sent me to the Lake of the Ozarks for 3 days, and you guys had a sub-teacher.
Yes, very miserable times.
But now I like to
T.
remind Mr. Altemeyer as often as humanly possible that he has a pilot in the building. So it's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Per the FAA, also this for anybody that's wondering, this is Class G airspace out here in beautiful Owensville. Per the FAA, as long as there's a pilot in command with a license on scene, then it can be operated by somebody else. So that's why Max is operating.
That's why I am operating.
Yes.
Hey, get out of the way.
All right, we're going to sign out. I can't believe there's still 50 people in here. Ethan's trains. Have a great weekend, Maddox and T. Hey, you too, Ethan. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in to the stream tonight. And we're going to leave it right at that.
Leave it right at that.
Get you any words of wisdom for him, Maddox?
No.
No.
No.